I trust you, Shiki. Let's get Let's get Nervensker together. A smile comes over Arcueid's face, but her smile looks really uneasy. The plan itself is unbelievably simple. Just a little before midnight, Arcueid leaves the room and heads toward the park first. Nervensker's familiar, that blue crow, according to Arcueid, should follow her, so I leave the room and go to the park just a bit after she does. Then, I'll hide in a bush where I can see Arcueid and wait for Nervensker to arrive. See, the problem is you don't tell us the plan before you do it. Because if you tell us, this is Scooby-Doo rules. If you tell us, you know it won't work. Rookie mistake. While Arcueid keeps his attention, I approach from behind and cut his line of death. Arcueid stands absent-mindedly in the middle of the park. I hide in a bush about 20 meters away. The park is empty. It's 10 minutes before midnight. Arcueid has her head tilted up, watching the blue moon above her. I grip the knife tightly. Arcueid said that Nervensker will definitely come, so all I have to do is get behind him, approach him without making too much noise, and then cut his line in one breath. I try taking a deep breath. My body is moving just fine, except my fingers gripping the knife. They're tight and immobile, they're tight and immobile as if not part of my body. Oh yeah? Okay. Maybe I'm nervous. That vampire called Nervensker will come again. Good luck while I catch up on YouTube. Have fun. Yeah, no problem, dude. This stream will be up on YouTube later today, probably, so you don't have to worry about missing out. That vampire called Nervensker will come again. That I'll have to confront that monster again. Or that I have to kill him soon. My breathing speeds up. My heart pounds, as if it's not a part of my body. Calm down. He isn't even here yet. That's right. The target is yet to arrive. I'm beginning to worry that I won't even be able to move my feet by the time Nervensker arrives at this rate. Arcueid, aren't you scared? I stare at the white girl vacantly, looking up at the moon. She doesn't look uneasy at all. Her face looking up at the moon comes down. At the same time. It seems I've kept you waiting, princess of the true ancestors. A heavy voice, like rusted iron. That's why Arcueid looked down. More than 5 meters away from her, and more than 10 meters away from me, a man in a black coat appears like a ghost. Yes. I've been waiting for quite some time, Nervensker Chaos. Or would you prefer I call you Fabro Rowan? Sounds classier. Arcueid's voice reaches me through the wind. Impressive. I would never have dreamed anyone would call me by the name I went while I was still a human. Just what one would expect from our executioner. I suppose you've long since found all there is to know about the current 27 ancestors of the dead apostles. I can hear Nervinsker's reply clearly as well. My breathing grows louder. Arcueid is drawing Nervinsker's attention. This is my only chance. I take my glasses off through sheer willpower. I hold the knife in my right hand, pressing it against my chest. A white weapon. Now, with this, I'm going to dismantle that man-eating monster. Dash towards Nervinsker, or it's still too early. Let me think. So, if I wait, it's possible that Arcueid could potentially draw more of his attention, but it's also entirely possible that his apostles are circling the perimeter, and one of them might find me while I'm waiting too long. So I'm going to attack him head on! Nervinsker is looking only at Arcueid. My chance is only during this instant. Gripping my knife, I crouch down. With everything I have, I run towards Nervinsker. All his senses are directed toward Arcueid. Even I, who is not in this conversation, can tell Nervinsker is only looking forward. His back looks defenseless, not knowing I'll dismantle him in a few seconds. I can do it. I feel it. Without a doubt, I can kill him. I run. Only a matter of steps before I can reach his back with my knife. His back. His defenseless back. There's no mistake. He does not sense me. One more step. Then it's all over. I stop. What? Is his body... Nowhere. Nowhere! There's not a single line anywhere. Impossible. No such life is possible. Throb. Headache. My fingers gripping the knife tremble. After a stab of pain in my brain, I see a single black point on Nervinsker's back. There. That should be where his fatal flaw is. There's something wrong with it being a point rather than a line. But anyway, I'll stab him there. I take a lunging step. The knife in my right hand races towards his point. Right before my hit connects, the point along his back multiply rapidly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 20, 80, 100, 200, 300, 400. This isn't right. This doesn't feel like his death. These are more like heterogeneous aggregation. His body. What the hell is it? Shiki! Arcueid's voice. No, I don't have time to think now. His back is right there. Right now. I can just pick any one of his points, and it'll be over. There. I bring my knife down as I yell. However, before then, Nervinsker's back rises up like a balloon. Pop. A black dog appears from his back, as if emerging from a black sea. What? The black dog shoots forth like a missile. I slice its line with my knife. But it's just a line. Only the dog's legs are cut off. Its trajectory does not stop. Gah! Thud. The black dog rams its head into my stomach. Gah! What strength! I fly back several meters and get pushed down on the ground. The black dog then tries to bite into my neck. I pierce the dog's right abdomen with my knife. The knife enters the black dog's point of death as easily as going through air. The black dog's movements stop. In that instant, its body becomes a black fluid and pours over me. Covered in the black fluid, I can't stand up. Why, you... I can't get it off. As if sewn to the ground, I can't move. It seems something has happened behind me. I hear Nervinskir's voice. Stretched out against the ground, I look towards Nervinskir and Arcueid. You're familiar, but how unfortunate. Those who enter my domain will be recognized and attacked by one of us, even if I did not notice. There can be no surprise attacks against me. It seems so. You weren't even looking at anything but me, yet you still reacted to the danger behind you. That is the strength of a collective, is it not, Nervinskir Chaos? Arcueid narrows her eyes slightly and walks towards Nervinskir. Interesting. You're so weak you cannot even use your marble phantasm. You're so weak you cannot even use your marble phantasm, yet you still challenge me. There's no need. There's no point in becoming one with the world, just to fight a dead apostle. For someone like you, these claws will be enough, Nervinskir Chaos. I hear a short laugh. Fool. Realize your folly, Arcueid Burnstood. Nervinskir raises an arm. His coat ruffles like a cape, and countless animals fly forth. With a thunderous roar, 3 beasts run toward Arcueid like bullets. Not anything like black dogs, but 3 giant leopards larger than Nervinskir himself, like large demonic silhouettes. Arcueid can't move. 3 leopards run, cracking the bricks under them just by running. They're far faster than Arcueid, who's trying to run away. The 3 beasts pounce toward Arcueid. It's over quickly. In an instant, the 3 leopards' bodies are cut in half and fall to the ground. What? Nervinskir's voice booms. Arcueid is silent. From there, she moves to attack him. Beasts emerge from Nervinskir's body. The instant it emerges, the lion's head is grabbed and torn apart from its body. The leopard is killed the instant it attacks Arcueid by getting pierced by her punch through its head. The tiger is torn apart like clay. Everything following them suffers the same fate. The same with the flying eagle and the giant grizzly bear. The same with the shark swimming in the ground. The same with the ridiculously large elephant. In the end, they can't even stop her, and turn to a black sticky fluid. Nervinskir tries to escape. Arcueid swings her claws. After the sound of ripping flesh, Nervinskir's body is split in 2 from the neck down. Ugh! Roaring in pain, Nervinskir leaps away from Arcueid. Split from the neck to the waist, he's lost over half his body. Splat. The rest of his body falls at Arcueid's feet. This isn't a fight. What about Arcueid saying she was only able to move? The beasts Nervinskir let out weren't weak. Those lions and tigers, just one of them can tear a car into scrap. And that grizzly bear could have torn a tank apart with his uncontrolled violence. But such beasts were torn apart by Arcueid, and Nervensker himself is half dead. It almost seems like a joke. If it was this easy, maybe it would have been better if I wasn't here from the start. Nervensker keeps retreating as if to escape. She might be tired. Arcueid walks towards Nervensker slowly, panting. I can hear her heavy breathing. It belongs to Arcueid. Ragged, painful breathing. Why is that? Arcueid's breathing sounds more painful than Nervensker's, who's torn in half. It's quite unbelievable. Weakened as you are, you still have that much power. As expected from the executioner prepared by the true ancestors. Do not face the white vampire princess. It seems the warnings of the others were correct. Nervensker's voice isn't dimmed at all. I feel a horribly sinking sense of despair. Arcueid tries to catch her breath as she slowly draws near Nervensker. But I never expected to defeat you with only 10 or 20 of myself in the first place. Enough boasting. You can't kill me with any amount of such familiars, and I've cut off half your body. No matter what, you've no chance of winning. My familiars have all been killed, but you seem to be mistaken. I do not carry familiars, nor do I use them. All those things you fought were truly me. It is quite unpleasant to be considered similar to the other mongrels who capture other living beings to repair their damaged flesh. You should have been able to tell with a glance if you had not been weakened. Use your golden mystic eyes and see. Can you see it? The chaos of the 666 beasts inside my body. Splash. Something moves quickly at the edge of my vision. Behind Arcueid. The half of Nervensker's body which was cut off by Arcueid is shaking. It rises up in a large clot and shoots toward Arcueid. Arcueid, behind you! Shiki? Arcueid turns around, but she doesn't make it. The half of Nervensker's body lying on the ground becomes countless large serpents, which attack Arcueid from behind. The large serpents wrap around Arcueid and return to black fluid. Arcueid is pinned to the ground like me, but the pressure is hundreds of times worse. What? No way! As she's pushed down, Arcueid tries to escape. It's useless. You should understand what that is, princess of the true ancestors. Arcueid's face lights up in pain and surprise. The remaining half of Nervensker raises its voice, almost as if howling. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Are you pleased with the chaos within my body, Arcueid Brunstud? Are you sane? A human body, having more than 300 factors, compressed in something as small as and closed in as a human shape? Is this just like... Indeed, no different from the primordial sea. I'm not making my body with other animals. I merely use the factors called animals as my body, mixing them like mud. I have no such thing as familiars. What exists are 666 beasts, and each living equal to that number. Ripping my body in half or crushing my head is meaningless. I am 1 and 666. If you wish to destroy me, you need to destroy the 666 lives at once. This can't be. This is what chaos means? Give me just a second. Cool. Of course. So my alter selves have no concrete existence. When released from this body, which is my territory, they will take form as some kind of species for the first time. They have no form of their own from the beginning. You can kill them outside of me, but once they return, they regenerate as part of my chaos. Though, even I cannot predict what they will become once they emerge. Understanding and controlling this disordered dendrogram is my eternal thesis. The vampire with only half a body gives a boasting, muffled laugh. That's impossible. To take in souls, if you encapsulate uncolored, conceptualized existences, you yourself would disappear. Indeed. That is why this is not a single person here. The personality of Nervensker already does not exist. We are not a single body, but closer to a limitless collective. Certainly, there's no meaning of existence in such a life. There are already life forms in the deep ocean which can be termed eternal systems. This body will lose its intelligence and become a mere specimen, just like them someday. But do you not find it magnificent? There are things which swirl inside me, and you do not know what form they will take. This small world is like that of our world in its primal stages. A chaotic space where what will be born is unpredictable. The darkness of chaos, just like this planet's dendrogram, while still having the possibility of dramatic change. I wish to know what lies at its culmination before I disappear. This is why the church gave me this name, Nervensker Chaos. Equipped with 666 beasts, no longer a vampire, but a space which has become chaos, a heretic who broke the taboo. Arcueid's voice is held off. The black fluid squirms all around her. Even Arcueid's face is already half covered. That's all. Under such a prison, even you cannot escape. It is a union of 500 of my parts, the soil of Genesis. Even were you to be at full strength, you could not hope to destroy it. It is equivalent to destroying a whole continent. Nervensker's remaining half approaches Arcueid slowly. Many of our brethren have been killed by you. Many have sought to destroy you, only to be destroyed in turn. But that is all over. I, Nervensker Chaos, will accomplish a great achievement none could perform until now. Nervensker. This reality marble. Who? It should be easy to tell. Your nemesis is the serpent. I'm sorry. Your nemesis, the serpent, came to me to teach me. But not the current one from this generation. Before you killed him, he bequeathed upon me the method of making this cage. I can't hear Arcueid's voice anymore. Looking, her mouth is covered in the black fluid. But the serpent is also a tragedy. What was once a priest of the church can't live just because a goddess of death like you is chasing after him. If he had lived, he might have devised a means to control the chaos in my body. It certainly must have been It certainly must have been regretful not being able to fully utilize such a clear heresy before getting destroyed. I was a sworn friend of the Serpent. Why you persistently pursue him without tiring, I'm very curious, but it seems you can no longer speak. The black fluid starts to pin down Arcueid's body. By now, it's no longer Arcueid's collapsed feminine figure, but only a formless mud. I will make you part of me, Arcueid Brunstud. Absorbing your amount of will may require great effort, but it will make me the highest rank of vampire. A little pain is like a celebration for the new creation. When that happens, even the professional killers of the abominable burial agency will be nothing to fear. I will eradicate all members of that moldy church. Arcueid's face sinks completely with a sucking sound. Even the lines of her body, which I could barely see, have disappeared. At this rate, if I leave Arcueid alone, she'll be absorbed into that black fluid. Why, you... I look at the black fluid covering me. The black lines of death definitely do exist. Resisting the throbbing pain in my head, I run my knife through them. The black fluid becomes like mere water as I slice the lines. All right. I breathe heavily as I stand up. I have to save her. I have to save Arcueid from that monster. But how? I can't even get close to Nervensker. Even Arcueid, as terrific as she was, wasn't able to take him. Then if I stand and face him, wouldn't I be killed instantly? I only barely managed to kill one dog. I wouldn't last a second against those other beasts like lions or leopards. Furthermore, I can see hundreds of points on his back. I couldn't fully understand the conversation between Nervensker and Arcueid, but it seems that each one of those beasts are him. Then, if I want to defeat the vampire Nervensker, I'll have to kill the beasts that... I'll have to kill all the beasts having that point. I can't step forward. No matter what, a human can't step forward towards a monster like that. Damn it. In the end, once more, I'm trying to save my life and do nothing about someone getting killed. Oh. I hear a voice. Nervensker's voice is full of contained amusement. No. It's not his voice. I can hear something like the sound of footsteps. This can't be. The sound is far away. But without a doubt, the sound of light skipping footsteps is drawing closer. Arcueid said earlier, the park is empty of people at night, and if people pass by, then they're simply out of luck. Far away, I see a small human shape. Some girl I do not know about my own age. This isn't good. For her to come here, it means... Run away! I scream. I scream, forgetting that Nervensker wasn't even paying attention to me, or that he might attack me. Yet the passerby does not stop. Not knowing anything, she casually heads for this place. Half of the vampire in the black coat breathes out in content. My body has just been torn apart. I need more sustenance. His half of a coat squirms like a living thing. Fortunately, it seems sustenance has arrived. A black beast flies from Nervensker's body. Stop! Excuse me. My voice doesn't reach her. The beast runs like a black wind toward the faraway creature. It's over in an instant. A short scream, the sound of a body hitting the ground. the smell of blood wafting in the air. The black tiger retrieves the human in its mouth. The girl's face is no more. Most likely gouged out by the tiger's claws. Too ruthless. A repulsive, one-sided violence. Ugh. My head hurts. My throat is starting to dry. My mind starts to compress, and I can only see the enemy in front of me. The tiger slithers like a snake into Nervinsker's body. It's strange. The corpse of the girl in the tiger's mouth disappears. Yet, munch, crunch, grind. She's not there, yet I still hear the sound. Rip, gorge, gulp. The sounds are coming from inside the man called Nervinsker. The sound of dissolving flesh, shattering bones, the slow chewing of a human. No mistake. Inside his body, he's eating that person. Nervinsker's lips twist in a smile. With that, a switch goes off in my brain. You fucking bastard! I can't think. I just run towards Nervinsker. My vision soaks in red. Feed. A black leopard flies from Nervinsker's body. How many times greater are its speed and ferocity compared to those black dogs? But I don't care about that. It's a living thing. If it lives, then it's nothing against me. You're in my way! I stop and say so to the corpse at my feet. The black leopard is lying in 4 pieces. I see. You were the one who attacked me from behind earlier. It seems he finally realized I'm here. Emotionless eyes look towards me. Yeah, just like Arcueid said, as long as I don't allow myself to get lost, being stared by him doesn't change anything. Let Arcueid go, monster! I said, let her go! I'm your opponent! You're nothing with that half of body of yours. Without a word, the vampire in the black coat looks both Arcueid and I over. You say you can be my opponent? Yes. So I'm saying release her, then hurry up and return your body to normal. His neck moves up and down. It seems like he's laughing. You have taken away the fun. Receive your punishment, human. Nervinsker doesn't change. He seems like he'll leave Arcueid with half the body and remain as he is. I promise you, I will slowly chew you apart alive. Flutter. His remaining arm is lifted. Such an inferior mental circuit. The price of your arrogance, thinking you can face me, will be your certain death. Whoosh. A warm wind blows. Scores of beasts emerge from Nervinsker's half-body. The number of beasts emerging isn't 10 or 20. Even if each is not a strong beast, it is close to 100 of them against a single human like me, and they swarm like ants gathering around a sugar cube. Ugh! I stick my knife into the neck of the black dog before me. The black dog dies as its death is cut. Instantly, the sound of birds wings overhead. With a grating sound, the meat of my forehead is taken to the bone. Ah! I don't have time to react in pain. At the same time, several black dogs bite my arms and torso from both sides. You junk! Slice, slice. I stabbed the death of the 2 dogs with in my line of vision. But it isn't enough. For each one I kill, 10 more beasts take its place to rip into my body. I can't see. I can't see anything. Everything is pitch black. There isn't anything wrong with my eyes. All around me, the black beasts envelop me in darkness. Things can't keep going this way. I will die. I won't last 5 more seconds. My ankles are bitten. Blood flows. My body feels like it will fall. I collapse. It will all be over. They will ravenously feast on my body if I hit the ground. No! No. That is more fearful than painful. Everything is pitch black. I can't see anything. I can't do anything. But that's why I have to think. I'll bear with it for now and wait for my chance, or I have to destroy the main body. Bear with it for now. That doesn't really seem like a good idea, right? Because he's anemic and, like, weak physically. So it doesn't really make sense that he'd be able to bear with it for much longer than, like, 5 or 6 seconds and then just be torn apart immediately, right? Because we're talking about, like, dogs and leopards and, like things with, like, razor-sharp vampire teeth. It shouldn't take long for him to be devoured. But maybe if he, like, forces his way through and gets at Nervensker somehow? But then again, that doesn't make any sense either, because he clearly said in order to kill him, you have to kill all 666 of him. So, let's think. Neither of these seem like good ideas, but at least the concept of number 2 makes sense to me. So we'll give it a shot. The main source. If I can do something to Nervensker's main body manipulating the beasts, I might be able to save at least Arcueid. Ah! I blindly swing my knife. I force my faltering body and run forward. If he hasn't moved as he toys with me, then he should be standing with his half-body ahead of here. Nervensker. Stop your noise-making. It's unpleasant. His coat wavers. From there, a white horn comes straight at me. Something like antlers sticks into my torso. Thud. It's so sharp it doesn't really hurt. I fall flat on my back. I'm quite the fastidious person. Rest assured, there will not be... I'm quite the fastidious person. Rest assured, there will not even be one of your cells left. I hear a voice. At the same time, a black dome arches over me. A ceiling overhead like a black umbrella. And all around the glowing eyes of the beasts. Rip. My skin is being ripped. Die. Rip. My flesh is being eaten. Die. Grit. My bones are being scraped. Die. My mind can no longer think of anything. Only to frantically use my arms to protect my face. My right hand tightens, keeping a firm grip on my knife. Die. I'm being eaten. Strange. Being attacked by this many beasts. They should be able to eat me completely in just 1 minute, yet they take their time. Die. I'm bleeding too much. My blood and their saliva coat my body. It feels terrible. Die. I can't see anything outside. Just complete blackness. Die. Those countless pairs of eyes say it. They say it, as they truly eat me only bit by bit. They can't talk, so they speak with their blazing eyes. Die. Hurry up and die. The black dome of beasts chants in unison. A scream leaks out, but no one is going to help me. I'll be killed. Like that person before. I'll be devoured alive. No. I don't want that. I don't want to die this way. I don't want to be eaten while being conscious. I don't want to be killed like this. Scary. That's scary. Very scary. Scary, scary, frightening, 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 scary, scary, scary. I'll be killed. Yes, I'll be killed. There's nowhere to run. I'll be killed like this. I'll be torn apart and become a meal for all of them. There's nothing I can do. With my eyes painted vermilion, I stare at myself emptily. Excuse me. I start to laugh, because I don't even know why I'm being killed, but still, Tohno Shiki will be killed like this. You're stubborn. If you break down, it'll be easier for you. He laughs in the distance, slowly eating me and laughing. It's like my whole body is dissolving. Horrible. Too horrible. This is too horrible. My wounds hurt. They hurt. Hurt a lot. Death is frightening. It's frightening. Very frightening. He's laughing in the distance, watching me die and laughing. If I strain my ears, I can still hear chewing and the smashing of bones coming from within. Not only did he devour all those people yesterday, and not only did he eat that unknown person, he's trying to eat and kill even me. Something like claws dig into my chest. It's where the scar from my old wound is. A really painful, frightening, only hateful place. 8 years ago that summer day. Yeah, it really was hateful. There wasn't any room for pain or fear. Yes, I just hated. Then what is to be done is already decided. If you're going to kill me then, my whole body is already numb. All that remains is the sensation of the knife I refuse to drop in my right hand. Be killed and... be killed. By who? By what? I laugh out. Right. That's exactly how it is. Running away is absolutely impossible. Escape is absolutely impossible. There's only one thing to be done. Be killed. Be killed. Definitely, without a doubt, be killed. By nothing else, and by no one else. He will be killed by me. In place of a yell, I start to laugh like an idiot. Strange. Strangely, I can't stop laughing. Slice, 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 slice. With each sound, another beast dies. My brain is in agony. All throughout my body, my nerves, my blood vessels, my cells, my blood, everything has gone abnormal. The black dome disappears. I just killed about 70 beasts which were eating my body. What? I can hear Nervinsker's voice. All right, I have to stand, or I won't be able to kill anymore. I stand up. There's no problem. There's not a single place where I'm not wounded, but I can still move around for a while. What did you... Yeah, I understand how you feel, vampire. My brain is on fire. It's similar, just like when I killed Arcueid. I can't even breathe properly. Along with the headache, and heat which almost drives me insane. Almost enough to make me puke. The world is saturated with death. So you want to kill me, monster? Then we have something in common. Fine! Let's fight to the death, Nervensker Chaos! With that, my stiff right hand moves freely. Switching to a reverse grip on my knife, I run towards Nervensker. A bigger beast appears from his body. Finally, he's letting out the big stuff he used for Arcueid. But they don't last long. No matter how large, fast, or brutal they are, they basically cannot kill me unless they touch me. If they try to touch me, I slice whatever part tries. In the end, it made no difference whether it was a black dog, a lion, or a tiger. Two of the large ones collapse and change into black water. To get to Nervensker, there's still some distance left to close. How can this be? Those of us even the princess could not eliminate are returning to nothingness. He's saying something. I do not understand. What did you do? I fix my gaze on Nervensker's body. Countless points. If I want to live, if I want to kill him, I have to kill each and every one of them. It's probably not possible. Still, I can't finish like this. Arcueid, who was swallowed by the black liquid, all of those hundreds of people that were killed, and this body almost being killed. I grit my teeth. There's no time to speak words of hatred. Unfortunately, moving takes all my power. I don't have any extra energy to answer Nervensker. No. If I do have that sort of energy, as quickly as possible. Very well. I now recognize you as an obstacle to me. Killing this beast-smelling monster would be far better. His black coat opens wide. The vile stench of beasts. The sense of danger before was nothing compared to what it is now. From inside his coat, things come out which I've seen at least once when I was a child. Like this horse with a horn on its head, or this huge winged lizard. Those are troublesome. It's not as simple to kill them, because they have very few parts vulnerable to death. So, I get more serious. Is it because I said kill? The pulsing of my blood is painful. My nerves are grinding together. Everything in my body links together to remove that which gets in my way. I slice in half the horned horse along with its horn. I slice the lizard from its back to its lower right abdomen. Impossible! I hear that obstacle's voice. Unfortunately, I can't even see properly now. All I can see are those black points and lines. Scum! Why must I attack a human with my full force? With a squishy, fleshy sound, Nervensker's half-body returns to its previous human shape. It seems he finally put back half of his body binding Arcueid. I will kill you. You will find out that existence far superior to yours exists within me. His arms tear into his own chest, as if ripping apart darkness. He rips into his own chest. From the hole in Nervensker, something bizarre emerges. If I have to describe it simply, it's a crab-like spider. A bit bigger than the giant elephant which Arcueid killed. My vision has gone red. I can't see very well. All I can see are their bizarre silhouettes and their death. My fingers are cold. Maybe I've lost too much blood. My whole body is frigid, but still, my body isn't screaming. It orders me forward, saying that if I have enough strength to scream, use that energy to kill Nervensker even faster. My spine hurts. My body is cold. My fingers are frozen. Yet my brain burns with fire. These crab spider beasts keep crawling out of Nervensker. Nervensker is only a little bit away. These things are in the way of me getting to him. For now, these three, I completely kill those emerged obstacles. Impossible! As if dizzy, Nervensker moves back. There's no way someone can destroy all my killing beasts! Such a fact is impossible! We are immortal. As long as I live, the immortal beasts return to chaos and are reborn. So then, why do they return to the original nothingness after only being stabbed by you? I walk toward my screaming enemy. Nervensker tries to pull back and retreat, but stops himself. Unsightly. His previously machine-like eyes start to burn with crimson hatred. I understand how he feels. Probably. The killer in Nervensker is ordering himself to retreat. But the vampire in him does not allow that for a mere human. He doesn't understand. He doesn't even let himself withdraw. So, he does not allow himself to take a single step back. His mind stubbornly doesn't allow him to realize his powerlessness. Another step forward. From here, I can jump and slice his body with my knife. No, never. My name is Nervensker, the immortal called Chaos of the undecaying vampire race. It is not possible for me to look this unsightly. His body starts to form a shape. His body starts to form a shape. The body, which was only darkness, begins to transform. This body is immortal. I have surpassed death long ago. His body leaps forward, not his beasts. Condensing all his remaining beasts to the limit, he transforms himself into the best beast and moves in to kill me. His speed is as fast as Arcueid's. He reaches out with arms which could pulverize my neck if he contacted me. Dodging that, I cut the line on his arm. As if unable to control his speed, he rushes past me without stopping. The distance between us grows once again. I feel dizzy. I can't stop shaking. What is this? Nervensker stares at his severed arm in astonishment. What is this? Why does my severed part not regenerate? How could such a ridiculous thing be occurring? He isn't a magus or a burrier, so how could he destroy me just by cutting me? How stupid. If you get concerned over appearances like that, you'll get killed, Nervensker Chaos. Oh, maybe that's Arcueid. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was Arcueid. Okay. How stupid. If you get too concerned over appearances like that, you'll get killed, Nervensker Chaos. I hear a familiar voice near Nervensker. You. With bloodshot eyes, Nervensker stares at Arcueid standing elegantly to the side. Oh, I see. When he ceased being only half a body, she became free. Oh, don't worry about me. Shiki will take care of you. Right now, he would even kill me if I got in the way. A giggling voice. It's your fault for thinking you should kill him painfully. You should kill your enemy quickly without allowing the opportunity for a counterstrike, right? That was your mistake. Silence! I do not make mistakes. I still have 560 lives remaining. Just wait. Once I kill him, I will get you once more. Really? It won't happen, but I'll be waiting. Arcueid doesn't go near him. Nervensker is only looking at me. He's coming. I brace my right hand with my left as I grip my knife. Nervensker crouches. It's the action of a predator preparing to pounce on its prey. Pounce? Whatever. Oh, I forgot to tell you one more thing, Nervensker. Her voice flows like the wind before that. It may be a little late, but he's killed me once before. What? This time it's for real. In his astonishment, Nervensker loses sight of his identity. For a moment, his entranced thoughts flow into my mind like a curse. Is this a nightmare? Kill Arcueid Brunstud. This monster, for whom even the words immortality isn't enough to describe, was killed by that human? No, that cannot be true. But wait. Hypothetically, if it is true, then just which one of us was the pretentious one? Exactly. It seems the pretentious one is you, Nervensker Chaos. At the end of hatred and chaos, Nervensker laughs with pleasure from the bottom of his heart. I can't wait any longer. I start running towards my unmoving target. I see. You are going to kill me, human. The beast roars. With one arm, he dashes forth to pierce my heart. His speed is so fast, you can't ask for any more. A simple, efficient motion to kill me. Give me just a second. A motion too beautiful. I slice his outstretched arm. Hundreds of points of death are on his body. But more than that, deep inside of him, in his very center, I can see his ultimate point. It doesn't matter how many lives he has. I'm only going to kill the existence of Nervensker Chaos. So, it isn't killing Nervensker, but the chaos which is him. I'm going to kill one world. I attack him head on. A light sound of impact. The knife pierces into his center. Twisting his lips in a grin, then excuse me. The vampire laughs voicelessly. This can't be. Numbly, the black beast starts to crumble from his fingertips. You are my death. His body temperature rapidly dwindles. The end is instantaneous, like a dropping curtain. With this one attack, along with the remaining 560 beasts, Nervensker Chaos is annihilated. I'm exhausted. I collapse onto the ground. I fall on my rear and try to keep up my body with my hands. Cold. I'm cold. The pain is numbed. It feels almost comfortable. My body is ripped with canine bite marks and beak marks. Well, there's no mistake that I'll probably die like this. I let out a deep breath. I raise my chin and look up at the sky. The moon. Only the pretty moon is in the night sky. What is it? It seems awfully familiar. Like I saw a dream like this before. Shiki, are you okay? Arcueid walks toward me as if nothing happened just now. You stupid idiot. If I was okay, I wouldn't be human. I speak and breathe haltingly. Even talking is painful, so maybe I shouldn't have responded. My consciousness starts to fade, and then, whack. Arcueid hits me on the head and forcefully returns me to consciousness. What was that for? That won't do. If you sleep with those wounds, you'll definitely end up dying. You can't sleep until we close them. Her argument is perfectly just. It's so just, it makes me angry. Arcueid. Can I say what I've always thought from before? What? Don't say such unreasonable things, you idiot. I crash onto the ground. My consciousness starts to fade. Arcueid is raising a racket, but I don't have any strength to hold my eyes open any longer. It's terribly cold. Hey, Shiki. You really will die. I told you. I'm sleepy. I'll sleep before I die. So I'll wake up in the morning. Shiki, you mustn't sleep. We have to at least close your wounds and stop the bleeding. Otherwise, you won't wake up. She's loud. I'm going to sleep. So just do whatever you want. It's okay if I heal you. Why didn't you say that earlier? After she says this cheerfully, I feel cold fingers, colder than even my body, touch my skin, as if in sympathy. Well, I'm not too happy about using Well, I'm not too happy about using someone else's familiars, but in these circumstances, it can't be helped. I feel like something is being plastered to me. I don't know why, but it feels awfully pleasant. As to be expected from the vampire called the Primordial Sea. Even after the destruction of his source, Nervensker, the familiars still have their regenerative ability. In this case, all I have to do is give it a little hand. First, let it live on me. Once it's back to normal, I'll put it back on you, Shiki. The fingers pull away. I guess this'll do. How is it? It's a non-polar life, so it can adapt itself to your body, right? Hey, are you sleeping, Shiki? Yeah, I'm asleep. Oh well. Your house is the mansion on the top of the hill, right, Shiki? I'll make sure you get home. I look up, only at the white moon as I sleep. You really did well, Shiki. And thanks. You really saved me tonight. She thanks me, without the slightest hint of heaviness in her words. I can't hear her voice anymore. I fall into a deep sleep, without anyone interrupting me this time. Oh boy. I keep my eyes closed as I try to fall asleep again, but the gentle sunlight keeps urging me to open my eyes. Slowly, I start to awaken. A quiet atmosphere. The air is comfortably cold, and yet it feels gentle. I guess the weather will be great today. Then I should get up and go to school. That's right, I have to go to school. The past 3 days my life was in chaos, and it made me forget I was a student. I wake up. I'm lying on my bed, and my glasses are on the bedside. I put on my glasses and look around. The sunlight streams so strongly through the window, I almost... Oh, come on with this. Windows... Alright. Excuse me. There's like a new thing on Windows now where it shows you the temperature on the bottom of your home screen. But if you like accidentally move your mouse over it, it opens this big fucking window. It just covers half your screen. Whenever I'm doing anything, I always accidentally like hover over it and then it just all over everything. It's so annoying. It's nice to have the temperature right there, but like anyway, sorry. Where the fuck am I? Bedside, I look looking around. The sunlight streams so strongly throughout the window. I almost expect to hear it pouring through. I take a quiet breath. I fill my lungs with fresh air, and it feels like my chest is purified. I hear the clock ticking. Small birds chirp in the woods outside. I stay on my warm bed, aimlessly feeling the relaxed passage of time. Ah, I'm back. Even though there's nothing special about this morning, right now, I feel like there's almost something holy about it. Thank goodness. It really is good. Not the fact that I'm alive, nor that I was able to do something about that black vampire, but that even though I was in such a world, I was able to return to my normal days and feel happy about this morning. And then... Good morning, Shiki-sama. Ugh! I jump up in my bed. Now that I look, Hisui is standing quietly at my bedside. Hisui? Please excuse me, Shiki-sama, but since you did not notice, I spoke. Well, I mean, I'm sorry too. Hisui respectfully bows to me. She surprised me. My heart is still pounding rapidly. Huh? But it's still before 7 o'clock, Hisui. Yes. It is a bit earlier than your usual walking time, Shiki-sama. Well, yeah, then why are you here, Hisui? I came to wake you up. Akiha-sama wants to know what you've been doing these last 2 days, so she wanted me to bring you, no matter what. Ah, I forgot. Come to think of it, I skipped school last Saturday and was with Arcueid all through Sunday. Don't tell me, Akiha's angry? I do not know. Please confirm for yourself, Shiki-sama. Hisui's voice sounds very cold. Wait a minute. Before that, why am I sleeping in my room? Shiki-sama, you returned around 2 o'clock in the morning. Ne-san found you sleeping in the doorway and carried you to your room. What? My mouth hangs open. That's bad. Not contacting anyone for 2 days, returning in the middle of the night, and sleeping by the doorway. I'm acting like a drunk. That woman, treating me like some sort of cat. Arcueid's face flashes in my mind. But maybe I do have to be thankful for her carrying me as far as the entrance. Alright. I'll head down immediately. And if possible, I'd be happy if you tried to calm her down as much as possible. I refuse, she answers. Maybe Hisui might also be angry at me. One problem after another. The owner of this mansion is Akiha, so does this mean that if Aki's angry, there's no one to defend me? Well, time to get up. I can't do anything staying in bed. Ow. As soon as I stand, pain shoots throughout my entire body. Last night's wounds? Oh yeah. If there's anything to be surprised about, it's the fact I'm still alive. Even though I was wounded and bloody, I still managed to wake up normally. It just isn't natural. Shiki-sama, those are... That's rare. Hisui widens her eyes and looks at me. What, is there something... I look down at my body, and... what is this? A pattern of red spots covers my pajamas everywhere. Of course this design wasn't ever there. It's my blood soaking through everywhere. Hisui suppresses her words. I'm thankful. It lets me calm down. The reason for the bleeding is clear, but since I can't tell her why, I have to lie to not make her worry. Shiki-sama, your body... I'm fine. Nothing hurts. See, didn't I come back late last night? Truth is, I was in a fight, and that's why I came home late. These wounds are from that fight. They're just scratches, so don't worry about them. Hisui's eyes implore me, saying, please do not tell lies. But from her standpoint, she probably can't ask me any further. I feel sorry, but I'll have to stick with my lie. So, could you please not tell Aki about this? She would get really mad if she heard about me getting in fights. Yes, I understand. Definitely, Aki-sama will not find out. Hisui nods. Thanks. I have another request. Do you have any disinfectant? I have a lot of scrapes all over my body, so I want to take care of them. Yes. I will bring some right away. What is it? She looks really uncomfortable all of a sudden. In any case, I'm glad she went to get me some disinfectant. Once she brings it here, I can take care of it by myself. It's only slight pain, so if anything that hides the blood is good. Thanks for waiting. The one who opens the door and walks in isn't Hisui, but Kohaku-san. In her hand, she carries a box with a red cross on it. Huh? Kohaku-san? Yes, I heard the situation from Hisui-chan. Shiki-san, you went out and got in a fight? No, not really. I can't come up with any other explanation. Jeez, you shouldn't be doing You shouldn't be doing those things. It's okay to be naughty, but you shouldn't be violent. It's just painful for the one doing it and the one receiving it. Painful for the one hitting and the one getting it, huh? Kohaku-san's words hit me pretty heavily. Yeah, that's right. Hitting is only painful. Isn't it? I'm disappointed you have those wounds. No matter what the situation was, I'll be disappointed in you if you keep doing these kinds of things, Shiki-san. Her words penetrate sharply into my chest. Deep inside my heart, I want to apologize. Sorry, Kohaku-san. I probably did numerous things to make her disappointed in me. Yeah, I'm an idiot, and I regret it. I won't ever do it again. As long as you understand, then it's fine. I'm going to examine your wounds, so please take off your clothes. Kohaku-san pads over and grabs my shirt. She's telling me to get naked here. Wait! You don't have to go that far. I just wanted you to put a little disinfectant on a few scrapes, that's all. What are you saying? Even if you say you only have a few scratches, they don't look that minor. No, I'm fine. I could do it by myself. That won't do. The ones on your back? Seeing the wounds on my back, Kohaku-san gasps. How terrible! Did you get into a fight with a Doberman, Shiki-san? Yeah, well, something like that. Kohaku-san sighs in amazement. Jeez, now I really can't let you handle it, Shiki-san. Come on, please hurry up and take off your clothes. With your clothing on, I can't take care of you. No, I said I could do it myself. They aren't a big deal, so I don't need to be naked. I see. You must be embarrassed, Shiki-san. With a smile, she goes ahead and tries to remove my pajamas anyway. Jesus Christ. I'm already used to seeing your body, Shiki-san. Please, just take off your clothing. Used to, Kohaku-san? I've already changed your clothing once, so I know every detail of your body. What? Let's go, we haven't much time. If you take too long, Akihisa-sama will notice. I can't argue with that. But to get in front of Kohaku-san, I guess it can't be helped. Then... Oh. Wait. That's her speaking? I guess it can't be helped then. I'll only examine your upper body. This way there isn't anything to be embarrassed about, right? Even that's embarrassing. But I guess it's the best compromise. I guess so. Then please do. I sit down on my bed and take off my shirt. Kohaku-san expertly tends to my wounds. She carefully tends the wounds on my arms, shoulders, and back. The disinfectant sinks into the wounds. They sink in, but compared to my occasional dizziness or the pain from my old scar, it's nothing. While applying the disinfectant, "Wow, you really are a boy," Kohaku-san says happily, so it probably helped me to put up with all the pain. Now, we have to stick on this compress patch. It may rub off, so let's bandage it. She puts a compress over my bruised chest and wraps a bandage around it. All finished. Are you sure you don't want me to do your legs? Yeah, I can do the rest. Thanks, Kohaku-san. I know you're busy and all. Oh, no. Please do not worry about it. Then I'll be going back to the kitchen. When you're finished, please come to the dining room, okay? Kohaku-san walks to the door. Kohaku-san. Yes? Sorry. Like you said, fighting is just stupid. It's just a big bother, and nothing good ever comes from it. Kohaku-san looks at me in amazement, then suddenly starts to laugh happily. I understand. I'll let you go this time, okay? She happily says that, and exits the room quietly. Alright, I'm here. Now only a door separates me from the sitting room where Akiha awaits. No matter what the circumstance was, there's no excuse for skipping school and not coming home for days. Now, I can't explain the circumstances, so I'll at least apologize. I can't explain the circumstances, so somehow I'll lie about it, or no, I should tell the truth. So, I don't know too much about this game, because this is like a blind playthrough, and I don't know I know that there are, at the very least, that there are multiple routes, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the decisions that I make early on dictate which route I end up in, I think. I might be wrong about that, actually. It might be gated, but it feels like possibly some of these decisions are a little superfluous. So, from this particular choice, my guess is no matter what, they're just not going to believe anything I say. So if I literally tell them I rescued a vampire and then fought to the death another vampire, they're going to be like, shut up. That's the... What's the word I'm looking for? That's the trope. Usually, like, well, if I just tell them the whole truth, they won't believe me. I believe that's something that happened in Persona 4. Among other things. Like, where you just tell them the truth and they just don't believe you. Because it's too fantastical, because it's, fantasy. So I'm just gonna tell them the truth, because they'll be like, no. Lol. I'll try telling the truth. I don't want to lie to Akiha, and if I explain everything sincerely, Akiha may understand. Well, the possibility of that is like winning a lottery. Alright, let's go. Taking a deep breath, I open the sitting room door. In the sitting room, Akiha is on the sofa, and Hisui stands by the wall. Good morning, Nissan. Her gaze is telling me I am angry. Yo, morning, Akiha. A defiant person is strong. I give a cheerful greeting to Akiha's bullying gaze. She might be confused with my cheerfulness, as she just stares at me. Nissan, let's dispense with the greetings. Please sit here. I wish to speak with you. Sure. Let's keep it short, though. I solemnly and calmly sit down on the sofa across from Akiha. Well then, Nissan. This is very abrupt, but may I ask about these past 2 days? I knew it. Since I left the house for 2 days, there's no excuse. Time to honestly tell her all about Arcueid and these past 2 days. About that, Akiha. Yes, what is it, Nissan? These past 2 days, I was hunting a vampire. You know about the recent killings, right? They were the work of a vampire. So I helped the good vampire I met recently, and I fought with the bad vampire. Like that, I explained concisely. What? Akiha is taken completely by surprise. Well, I guess it is a natural reaction. In her head, she's probably thinking I'm making a fool of her, and at any time in the next instant, "Are you making a fool of me, Nissan?" She'll shout something like that and... Huh? She seems upset, but she doesn't say anything. Akiha? Nissan, is this some sort of bad joke? Akiha looks at me quietly, like she was seeing directly into my heart. No, well, how should I put this? A joke, right? Well, I know it sounds like one, but... No, it has to be a joke. So please do not say such things in the future, even if it is a joke. She stares at me, more uneasy than angry. Such a stare looks so serious. Yeah. I can only nod to her. I understand. Then I will no longer ask you about this, but please refrain from doing anything like this ever again. Nissan, you are the eldest son of the Tohno family. If you do not understand your position better, it will be very troubling. Hey, that has nothing to do with this. Besides, you're the successor to the Tohno family, so it doesn't really matter what I do. If you're so worried about the future of the Tohno family, you should go find a husband appropriate for the Tohno household. That was kind of mean. Damn! Holy shit! What the fuck? For some reason, Akiha descends into silence. Yeah, for some reason. What's wrong? Are you feeling alright, Akiha? It's nothing. If you have enough time to worry about me, please pay more attention to yourself. You have your chronic anemia to worry about, Nissan. Well, it is true that I frequently collapse from anemia. Anyway, please do not leave the mansion by yourself often. Even without that, the city is dangerous recently. Someone like you, who meanders in a daze, just asking to be attacked by that Someone like you, who meanders about in a daze, is just asking to be attacked by that serial killer. Serial killer? Oh, those serial killings. Those serial killings, where 9 victims have been found. Their bodies were all drained of blood, so they called it a modern-day vampire, but... Oh, that's okay. Those incidents, they won't ever happen again. Huh? It means the vampire isn't around anymore. That killer is caught already. Is that so? Nissan, how do you know about that? Well, I just happened to see it, but for sure, such things will not happen again. Yeah, at least there won't be any more people killed by Nervensker. Although, when he kills, he just swallows you whole. We actually saw that during the battle when an innocent bystander ran by. So it's more likely that the vampire is probably somebody else. These past 2 days spent with Arcueid, so many things happened I really can't say just what is right and what is wrong. But the simple truth remains. I can say it was all for the best. Nissan, what happened? You suddenly seem very happy. Akiha looks strangely at my face. It's nothing. I just feel that it's finally over. A smile unconsciously creeps over my lips as I answer. It's 7:30. Akiha left 20 minutes earlier than me by car. By car! Exclamation point! What the fuck? After eating Kohaku-san's delicious breakfast, I head for the school. Hisui walks with me to the gate, carrying my bag. Well, I'll be going. Thanks for seeing me off, Hisui. Hisui wordlessly hands me my bag. Shiki-sama, around what time will you be returning? That's a really good question. You don't trust me either? It's okay. I'll definitely be back in the afternoon. I understand. Then please be careful on your way. Hisui bows deeply. Feeling a bit embarrassed by it, I leave the mansion's gate. At the intersection, there are only the figures of my fellow high school students. No young woman sitting on the guardrail like that one time. Well, of course. I probably won't ever see her again. First of all, her goal was to execute the vampire, and with Nervensker gone, there's no reason for her to stay around here any longer. Just a little bit in my chest. Things like regret and lingering affection. It's true that she only brought trouble, but even still, it was fun being with her. What am I, stupid? I almost got killed. What part of that would make me feel lingering affection? The wounds from last night still hurt. Remember back to when you almost became Nervensker's food. You certainly don't want something like that to ever happen again. The school bell rings. Crap! I'll be late! Shaking off my idle thoughts, I run to the school gate. I fly into my classroom. It's still 5 minutes before class, so it's very noisy inside. Phew. I take a breath and head to my seat. With this much time left, I didn't even need to run at all. Yo, Duke of Delinquency! From behind, I hear a voice I never look forward to. What's going on, Tohno? I never heard you were skipping class. It's a lot of trouble. You have to tell me when you skip school and go play. Arihiko says those preposterous words with an unbelievably happy expression. Why should I have to tell you when I don't go to school? Isn't it obvious? When you don't show, neither does Senpai. So it's bad unless I think of something ahead of time. What's bad for this guy? But seriously, what happened? Since middle school, you've had anemia, but never skipped school. Well, you did that cool trick several times, leaving as soon as you arrived. It's kind of like that. I made it to the intersection and felt bad, so I went back home. Both you and Yumizuka seem to be acting like bad students lately. Well, I'm guilty as charged, but is something wrong with Yumizuka-san? Her? She's been absent lately. She was always such an honor student, so I think she might have been stressed out. But I bet she can't call a raise because she has... Wait, what the fuck? I think she might have been stressed out, but I bet she can't call a raise because she has a bad hand. But I bet she can't call a raise because she has a bad hand. Is that like a metaphor? Arihiko's words are always very unique. The homeroom chime rings out. Well, I'm off. Since you skipped Saturday, make sure you study hard today. Arihiko leaves the room quickly. In other words, he's going to skip class today. It's kind of funny. Morning classes end. With the bell announcing lunchtime, half the people in the classroom clear out. Well then, what should I do? Arihiko isn't here, so I should take my time and eat lunch. Oh? Tohno-kun, you're by yourself? Yeah. Senpai, did you come here to eat? Yes, I thought I would eat with everyone, so I hurried over here, but... She stares. Without any warning, she looks at my face intently. I don't know what she's thinking, but she suddenly draws close to me. Hey, Senpai! She's right next to me, almost at a bracing distance. Something would be wrong if my heart wasn't beating quickly. Senpai doesn't say anything. She only stands right next to me and sniffs. Huh? What is she doing? Senpai then gets away. Senpai? Tohno-kun, did something happen? She asks me with a serious look. To be blunt, I don't know what's going on. Something, like what? I don't know, that's why I'm asking. She looks up at me as if she was angry. Nothing, I'm just as always. Do I seem strange today? I'm not sure either. I just thought so perhaps I was just imagining things. I tilt my head in confusion. Well, shall we get to lunch? You're eating at the cafeteria today, right, Tohno-kun? If we don't hurry, the seats will be all taken. Yeah. You're eating at the cafeteria too, Senpai, right? I wasn't expecting the question mark. Yes, I want to eat something good today. She grins and pulls me by the hand as she starts walking. In the end, I talk with Senpai about the athletic festival in 2 weeks, and the culture festival shortly thereafter over lunch. To tell the truth, Senpai saying I want to eat something good and ordering curry leaves more of an impression in the mind than what we talked about. Classes and school is over. He said he would be back by afternoon, but it's clearly evening. And, like, he always comes back in the evening because he always stays late to do, like, extra stuff. So that's a weird... Why would he lie to Hisui about that? Well, what should I do now? Go into the study and look for her, space out in the classroom, just return to the mansion. I feel bad, because, like, you know... I told Hisui I'd be back. Yeah. I would feel bad if I kept causing trouble for Hisui and Kohaku-san. Since I wasn't able to go home and rest the past few days, I should at least go straight home today. I head up the road and draw near the mansion. After a little more walking, I see Hisui standing by herself at the front gate. I wonder what Hisui's doing. Tilting my head to the side, I head for the front gate. Hisui realizes I'm here and bows her head. Welcome back, Shiki-sama. Yeah, thanks, Hisui. I can barely reply since I'm bewildered by the respectfulness of it all. Were you waiting for me to come home? Yes. Greeting the master is a servant's duty. Answering very matter-of-factly, she doesn't even bat an eyelash. Hisui, I'm truly happy you waited to greet me, but there's really no need to wait outside. I'll come back on my own, so you can just greet me whenever you realize I'm back. Hisui's face clouds slightly. Oh, maybe she was waiting for me to return like this on Saturday and Sunday. Hisui, I understand. Starting from tomorrow, I will await your return in the lobby. Hisui gives a quick bow and opens the mansion gate. Hisui turns around as she does so. For some reason, the atmosphere isn't exactly conducive to conversation. Hisui closes the gate after I pass through. Then she silently walks to the entrance to the open door, and leads me to the lobby. I get to my room. Akiha isn't back yet from her lessons. Gohaku is preparing dinner, and Hisui is cleaning the mansion. Jeez, there's nothing to do. Well, there's quite a mountain of studying, reviewing, and memorizing a student like me. Excuse me. There's quite a mountain of studying, reviewing, and memorizing a student like me has to do. But I just don't feel like doing anything. Suddenly, Arcueid's voice flashes in my mind. Whether good or bad, it's probably just a reaction to the crazy 2 days I just had. Perhaps spacing out here in my room will be good, giving my mind and heart a break. After eating dinner by myself, in the large dining room, Kohaku-san treats my wounds, and I go back to my room. Akiha didn't make it back in time for dinner. Her lesson was apparently going to last a while, so she was going to eat away from home. It's past 10 at night now. It's a bit too early, but since I'm exhausted, I should sleep early tonight. My body's exhausted, but I can't fall into a deep sleep. The wounds all around my body sting and wake me up as my mind tries to sleep. I look at the clock as I lie in bed. It's past 3 o'clock in the morning. Already 5 hours of unsatisfactory rest. Damn it. I can't sleep. Not being able to sleep when I want to. It's like torture. That's just being 30. Sorry. Tick, tick, tick. The sound of the clock's second hand gets on my nerves. Tick, 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 tick. Creak. Tick, 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 tick. I think I heard something mixed in with the ticking. It sounded like the door opening. But who would be coming at this hour? Tap, tap, tap. No, there's no mistake. Someone came into the room and is coming near me. Who is it? If someone was to come late at night, it might be Arcueid. It wouldn't be Seal. It might be Akiha. It's probably Arcueid. Hey, Shiki, wake up. I hear a voice by my ear. Last night, the voice I heard right up until before I slept. The voice I can't forget. Arcueid? I sit up in bed and look around the unlit room. Good evening. I'm glad you seem well. Arcueid greets me with smiling eyes. Good evening. Why did you come here? Is it strange for me to be here? Strange? Of course it... Well, maybe not. Come to think of it, the night is her time. So I guess it isn't strange for her to be anywhere. I like this song, it's really good. Aren't you the one acting strange, Shiki? I come all the way here to see you, and you're just lying there. Yeah, hold on. I get out of bed and stand up. But my body starts to tilt, and I fall back down on the bed. Something is strange. Blood wells in the back of my head and my vision blurs. Something's wrong. Goodness, Shiki. Arcueid draws near. She stands before me, and her red eyes. You can't do anything like that, right? Come on, stand up and touch me. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hi, this is BerserkChip. This is off stream. I'm just cutting into this VOD real quick because there was unfortunately a audio error with my microphone and OBS that really messes up the second half of this stream, unfortunately, and there is basically nothing I can do to fix it. There's just an echo from here on out. This will not happen in the future, but there's nothing I can do to fix the recording for this one. So either I release it or I delete it and just give up, so I'm just going to release it. I'm really sorry about the unfortunate low quality of this next part. It was caused due to an error with me trying to fix the situation with Tsukihime's more sexual scenes, and I was trying to do something funny and it didn't work out, and now it's caused this big technical issue. So again, I apologize for that. The video now continues. So, if you have no idea what I was talking about earlier and want to know what just happened, wait, hold on. Alright, good. Just want to make sure that's not fucked up. Yeah, so... long story short, Arcueid showed up out of nowhere and just, let's just say she gave him a hand. We'll say that. 2 hands, maybe. So Shiki woke up and is like... It seemed like he woke up... like, as if that was a dream, basically. So he's like, what's going on? So, like, he still can, like, remember Arcueid, so... Now he's, like, trying to get it together. First, this is my room. Check. That's good. Second, I'm on my bed. Check. Seems that way. And it's now morning, and... okay. God damn it. Oh no. Oh man. Sound of panting fills the air. Where's the mouse? There it is. I managed to catch my breath. My hands gripping the sheets are drenched in sweat. There is a lingering warmth as if I was really sleeping with Arcueid until just now. But it definitely was a dream. I can't tell if that's something I should be happy or disappointed about. Why did I see such a dream? Does that mean I'm so interested in her that I see her in my dreams? Does that mean I want her so bad I do these things with her in my dream? Ugh. As I remember the sensation... Okay, alright! I feel my arms to make sure this is real. Yeah, it's real. Okay! Alright! Give me a fucking break! Okay! Jesus! Well, whatever happened. It's true that it just felt exceedingly good. We get it! Thank you! But I recall the dream was just... Shiki-sama! Thank you, Hisui! Holy shit! Ah! I flail around off my bed as if trying to escape. No, in fact, I was trying to escape, but it just ended up with me landing on the floor with these sheets. Hisui! How long have you been there? Since before you awoke, Shiki-sama. Oh no. She speaks with her usual lack of expression. Still lying on the floor, tangled in the sheets and unable to stand, I look up at Hisui's face. Before I woke up, then that means... Hisui saw my face as I was having that dream. My face burns deep red. Hisui just stands there, expressionless as usual, and makes no attempt to speak. Did I look... strange? I do not wish to describe it. Oh no! Oh no! Shiki, no! I knew it. I must have looked really weird. But, if you insist, Shiki-sama, I can describe as accurately as I can. No, you don't have to do that. My face is still flushed. I speak in a fading voice. Hisui-san. I give a cough to clear the silence. Adding san to her name is a clear sign of my vulnerability. Is it? Doesn't he always say Hisui-san? I don't know. What is it, Shiki-sama? I'm going to change, so would you mind waiting outside? Or rather, I'm so embarrassed I just want her to leave. But Hisui doesn't obey today of all days. Once I can confirm you are awake, I will leave the room, Shiki-sama. Huh? Is she joking? Why does she think I'm covering myself up in these sheets? It's to hide something, it's still I'm fine, so please leave. I can get up and I won't go back to sleep. I'll change and go to the sitting room as soon as you leave. Shiki-sama, are you hurt and unable to stand? Hisui approaches me out of worry. No, that's not it. I'm standing, I can stand, so don't worry about it. I crawl, pulling my sheets like a slug, and gain some distance from her. Using the bed as a barrier, I get it far enough away. Then, please excuse me. I will prepare your breakfast, so please come after you change. She's got to be suspicious, but she bows and leaves the room. I was so surprised. The contents of my dream were surprising enough, but knowing Hisui saw me while I was dreaming is very troubling. It's all Arcueid's fault for doing something like that. Even now she's being bothersome, really. Really what? I can't finish. What did I want to say just now? Not even able to confirm my own feelings, I decide to change and head to the sitting room with a vague feeling in my chest. After calming down sufficiently, I head to the sitting room. As usual, Akiha is sitting on the sofa, elegantly sipping tea. Good morning, Nissan. You are certainly up early this morning. She must be happy I woke up because she greets me with a smile. Yeah, good morning. There were, a lot of things going on this morning. Why would you allude to it? It's like he's a glutton for punishment. Jesus Christ. As soon as I say that, I suddenly recall the memory of Arcueid's skin. Dude, relax. That was like an hour ago. Calm down. This isn't good. I can tell my face is blushing beyond my control. Nissan? A brief clamor. What's wrong? Your face is red. Do you have a fever? Rushing over to me, she looks at me from below. But in doing so, from this angle, Akiha sighs. You do seem to have a fever. Kohaku, come quickly. Nissan doesn't seem to be well. Akiha calls out in the dining room. Kohaku-san has to be preparing my breakfast in the kitchen. I thought Hisui said that she was going to be preparing... didn't Hisui expressly say that she was gonna cook breakfast for Shiki? But doesn't Hisui do the cleaning and Kohaku does the cooking? And also, that was a little weird, because she said Sama instead of San. Although that might be because she's still mad at us for the whole being gone for 2 days thing. But I feel like even when we got back, she was saying San. Something's kind of weird. I'm fine. It's just a minor cold, so don't worry. If it is a cold, then I can't let it go by. For you, a trivial illness is a big deal. The strength of your immune system is much lower than most people's. Akiha seems to be fed up and puts her hand on my forehead. The sensation of her cool, delicate hand. Dude, this... Should have got a Long Island iced tea. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. So I break loose and run out to the lobby. Footsteps echo as I dash off. Shiki-sama? Have you finished your breakfast already? No, that's not it. Where's my bag? I have your bag here. Are you already going to school? Nodding, I snatch my bag from Hisui. I'm going. Don't worry about seeing me off. Nissan, you've been acting strange. What are you doing with a fever like that? Jeez, I told you it's nothing. Since it's nothing, I'm going to school. I'll have breakfast later, so leave me alone. Leave you alone? Hey, Nissan! The sound of my fleeing footsteps is my only response. Even if it is Akiha, she wouldn't chase me this far. Since we're not kids anymore, she won't stop me from going to school. Phew. I take a deep breath, and I'm finally able to calm down. What am I running away for? Once I calm down, I can think clearly. I didn't do anything wrong, so there was no need for me to run away like that. I don't believe it. I look like a complete idiot. But to go back to the mansion to eat breakfast sounds more dumb. To school, then? Letting out a sigh, I go downhill along the residential street. I arrive 30 minutes earlier than usual. The figures of students around the gate are sparse. It seems I'm the only one who's arrived this time, at this odd time. On the school grounds, the athletic clubs are holding their practices. I'm not in any clubs right now, but truthfully, I like to move around a lot. I know that I have some athletic ability, at least enough to be proud of. But I can't join any clubs. My body always has this recurring anemia, so I would just be a bother, and my doctor has told me that I should not exercise frequently. Since middle school, I've been asked by more than a few times to join a club, but I always have to say it's not my thing, and refuse. Every time I refused, I felt a sense of separation. That might have been a subconscious wall that told me I will never be able to mix in with the people on the other side. That's enough. This really isn't my thing. I'll stop thinking such thoughts and hurry to the classroom. Huh? I thought I was the first one, but it seems like some of my classmates are already here. Yo, you're early, Tohno. Morning. This class seems to have a lot of people with spare time. Nah, our practice just got over with. Those that come here this early who aren't in clubs are usually those with daily duties. I see. That does make sense now that he mentions it. Greeting those around me, I take my seat. It's half an hour before homeroom. It's not a bad idea to just watch my classmates arrive. The classroom starts to get busy around 7:50. Huh? I think I saw Senpai in the hallway. She's down at the first-year hallway again. What is she doing? Oh, that was cool. Well, whatever. Maybe she came to see me. Then, I'll go to the hallway and talk to her. It probably doesn't concern me, so I'll just watch from here. And hoping I'll surprise her from behind. That doesn't really seem like Shiki's personality to do that. I'll just go to the hallway and talk to her. Well, if she's walking around my classroom like that, maybe she does want to see me for something. I wonder. She normally just walks in without hesitating. Or did she finally realize it's strange for a third year to come to a second year's classroom? Oh, whoops, the quote ended. No. That definitely can't be it. Nodding to myself, I go to the hallway. Senpai! Huh? Tohno-kun! Senpai seems rather surprised I called her, and stands there with her mouth open. What are you doing? Class is about to start. Why are you still hanging around here? Senpai looks at me in amazement, then looks away. What am I doing? That's not any of your business, Tohno-kun. No, well, maybe it isn't. No, I was lying. It is, a little. I thought she was looking away, but she starts sniffing me. Senpai? Tohno-kun, did you sleep well last night? She looks directly into my eyes as she asks. Sleep well? That goes without saying. I couldn't get to sleep easily last night, and also... I blush as the memories resurface. With a piercing gaze, Senpai looks up at me. Senpai, Oh no, that was her. That was me. Senpai, Tohno-kun, you pervert. Huh? With a look indicating she wants to say more, Senpai quickly walks away. Did he, like, think about what happened and, like... At lunch break, that guy who didn't even show up for a single class arrives. Yo, Tohno! Food! Let's get some food! He's happy about something, being even more energetic than usual. Of course, food. But you seem to be in a great mood. Did something happen, Arihiko? Yup. I just asked Senpai if she wanted to eat lunch together and she refused. That's odd. Senpai must be referring to Seal Senpai. But this guy seems to get happy when his offer is refused. Hey, Arihiko, you have that sort of taste? No, I'm not finished. So I asked Senpai why not, and she said, if Tohno-kun is there, I don't want to come. Isn't that great, Tohno? That's odd. Why have I been friends with this guy since middle school? Oh man, she really hates you, Tohno. A rival's loss is my gain, so I'll treat you to lunch today. Arihiko happily slaps my back. I see. Senpai's still mad at me about this morning. I've no idea why she's angry at me, but she definitely is angry. Hey, let's go, Tohno. There's only seats enough for half the people using the cafeteria. Arihiko takes me by the arm and drags me off. I sit next to Arihiko and eat my lunch. My school's cafeteria has a television, and for better or worse, for our education, they play back the morning news they recorded this morning. At any rate, the news they're playing back is talking about a drunk customer stabbing to death at a convenience store stabbing to death a convenience store employee. That sentence is structured a little weird. It probably should be a drunk customer stabbing an employee at a convenience store. Well, actually, no, I think it's fine the way it is. I'm being stupid. Something that makes me not want to go to a convenience store for a few days at least. Convenience store employee. I don't know. I don't know, dude. What a dangerous world we live in. Indiscriminate serial killers, drunken people stabbing people. A man can't even feel safe playing around at night anymore. Arihiko seems like he's seriously watching the news. Well, it certainly is dangerous. But at least those serial killings won't happen anymore. So things should be like usual. Oh, really? Did they catch the guy? No, they haven't caught him. But Nervinsker no longer in this world. So the stupid title of the modern-day vampire killings shouldn't even be showing up in the news anymore, and there'll be no more of those meaningless killings. Anyway, those terrible incidents won't happen anymore. There won't be any more victims, and the streets will be back to normal. No, I think there'll actually be another victim, Tohno. What? How can you be so sure, Arihiko? Well, look for yourself. The news says they found a 10th dead body. What? Oh, really? That's right behind the movie theater I always go to. Hey, wait! I push Arihiko and look at the TV. What I see is without a doubt the news reporting that the 10th victim of the serial killings was found last night. That can't be. Nervinsker is dead. So why? Is there another body with the why is there another body with most of its blood drained? This modern vampire guy. I don't know anything about the person, but if it's like a sexy chick, maybe I wouldn't mind getting my blood sucked. If it's like a sexy chick, maybe he wouldn't mind getting his blood sucked? Stupid talk. Might be right. No way. I don't want to think about it, but even with Nervinsker gone, there's still one more vampire left, Shiki. Classes end and school is over. Actually, it's more like at some point school was over. Wrapped up in my bad thoughts, I look up and suddenly find myself alone. The serial killings are still happening. I don't know what that means. The only one who knows the answer is probably Arcueid. I don't know. I'm not involved in these incidents anymore. Once I settled things with Nervinsker, I came back to the ordinary world. Then, I can only be insane to want to go back to that abnormal world once again. I shouldn't be involved. I understand that, even if I don't say it. That's probably my second most correct choice. But a long, long time ago, someone taught me the most correct choice. Listen, Shiki. Every person's life is filled with pitfalls. You have more power to do something than most people, so you've got to get it together. So I can't just pretend I didn't see it. This incident isn't over yet. It seems once I got involved in this incident, I have to see this out to the very end. I leave school. First, let's go to Arcueid's place. Her room is still the same, but Arcueid isn't there. Well, I didn't think I'd find her this easy. Looks like I have to go out into the city and look for her. The sun sinks and the city is really starting to get dark. I looked around the major places in the city, but I didn't even catch a glimpse of her. Damn it. She was around when it didn't matter, so why can't I find her when I do need her? What should I do? The night is just beginning, so... I search for Arcueid aimlessly. She seems like the kind of person who's only gonna be found if she wants to be found. And if I just run around aimlessly, everybody at the mansion is gonna be worried about me. I mean, at the end of the day, Arcueid knows where I live. So, if there is another vampire, she's gonna come find me, obviously. So, I'm gonna go back to the mansion. It's quiet at the mansion gate. The time is 7 o'clock at night. Akiha should be back, probably having tea in the sitting room. I'm not sure what's going on, but I hear voices coming from the sitting room. It's almost time for dinner, so it's strange for people to just be talking at this time. Gohaku-san should be in the kitchen, and I think a conversation between Hisui and Akiha would be out of character. Gohaku-san and Akiha are drinking tea, perhaps. Well, I guess that's most likely. First things first. I open the mansion's front door. Hisui is standing in the lobby. I'm a little late, but I'm back. Hisui silently greets me, devoid of any expression. She does not say her usual welcome back, and looks like she's in a bad mood. Did something happen? I might be imagining it, but you seem a little angry. There is a guest for you, Shiki-sama. She's been waiting in the sitting room, so please hurry there. A guest for me? Hisui nods. I wonder who. There isn't anyone who would come to visit me. Oh, wait. I have this terrible, terrible feeling. Hisui, what kind of person is it? A pretty woman with golden hair. Hisui's response is straightforward. I wordlessly dash toward the sitting room. Too late. It seems the current state of affairs is already at a level I can't escape from. Uh-oh! Welcome home, Nissan. Oh, you're finally back. They both greet me in completely opposite manners. What is this? Arcueid and Akiha seem to be confronting each other. They're both sitting down calmly, but while Arcueid's calmness is natural, Akiha's calmness is from her hostility towards Arcueid. Akiha takes a look at me. What's the matter, Nissan? You do not have to stand there. Please, have a seat there. I feel like I'll get stabbed if I sit over there. I'm fine. Anyway, Akiha, this person is, well... How should I explain this? Akiha would not believe me if I say she's a classmate of mine, and telling her I met her in town would be like throwing oil on a fire. Well, what is it? Now that we're in this situation, I think it doesn't matter what I say, but I have to make a good excuse to get out of it. That's what I have to do, but why did Arcueid come here in the first place? Did she say what she came here? Did she say why she came here? I point to Arcueid in a desperate suicide gamble. She tilts her head, confused. Isn't this one of your friends, Nissan? That's what she told me. Well, yeah, you could say she's a friend. I see. I really would like for her to be introduced to me. If she is your friend, Nissan, I can't push her out of our house. Well, Akiha-san. I start to stammer again. Then Arcueid, unable to sit quietly during our sibling conversation, joins in without my permission. Please don't worry about it. I just came here to get Shiki, so we'll be on our way. Isn't that right, Shiki? My whole world jolts. This is bad. If I let her keep talking, she'll lead me to an early grave. Laughing desperately, I run to Arcueid to grab her arm. Hey, Shiki, what are you doing all of a sudden? There's no time to listen to her complaints. I pull on her and dash out of the sitting room, leaving a stunned Akiha behind. Hisui's in the lobby. She looks at me with somewhat colder eyes than usual as I run with Arcueid. Are you leaving, Shiki-sama? Yeah, I'll be back late. I really am sorry, but can you leave the gate open? Yes, as you wish. I dashed past Hisui's courteously bowing figure and escaped the mansion. Ow! Just what in the world are you thinking, taking me outside so quickly like that? That's my line. What in the world were you thinking? Coming into my house like that is just insane. Are you trying to destroy my life, you idiot? I grit my teeth as I glare at Arcueid. Idiot? Are you calling me an idiot? I'm calling an idiot, so what else is there, idiot? If you want to argue, I'm listening. Huh? I'm completely infuriated. It's been a while since I've been this mad, and once I'm mad, I have to say everything I want to the person I'm mad at, no matter who it is. Hey, I just came to see you. I didn't do anything to make you mad. Wait, are you serious, Arcueid? You only came to see me? I didn't even say anything weird. I didn't see anything to your sister about your eyes or about me or anything. Of course. If you did, we wouldn't be talking like this. I would not have hesitated and thrown you out if you did. I don't get it. Then why are you so mad? That's because you don't ever think. Look, you already stand out just being here. I'll say it now, but you should realize that just by being here, you cause trouble. For the time being, I said it all. Getting it out of my system calms me down, but obviously Arcueid isn't so calm. Looking like a cat, she stares at me ill-temperedly. Wait, saying things like that, what do you mean I stand out? Don't I look like any other human? No. No, beautiful women always stand out. It doesn't have anything to do with being human. I answer directly. I answer so flatly that Arcueid understands flatly too. Well, I said too much. It was the first time that happened to me, so I kinda panicked. That's okay. It seems like I'm the one to blame. Arcueid nods meekly. I feel a little guilty because I think there's something more to it than that. In the first place, why did she come to my house? Anyway, why did you come over? Well, I wanted to talk to you too, so I guess it's a good thing. Really? I was just wondering how you were doing, so I swung by to see you. I see. Next time, please do so in a different place. And as stealthily as possible, too. I'm worn out. Anyway, I want to have a serious talk. I want to talk about it somewhere else. I feel uneasy. I want to talk about it somewhere else since I feel uneasy here, so is that okay? Sure, but talk about what? You'll see. There'll be less people around, so let's go more towards the middle of the park. Telling her to come on, I start walking. Tilting her head in curiosity, she follows me obediently. What did you want to talk about, Shiki? About vampires. You said it before, that the recent serial killings were the work of a vampire. Arcueid nods. Then, do you know that the morning news said another victim was found? She was killed last night and drained of blood. Arcueid's eyes narrow. Something like a freezing tension races down my spine. Oh, and you... I swallow hard. She stares right at me. Almost. A stare which says she will attack me immediately if I move even the slightest bit. Isn't it strange, Arcueid? Navernska's dead. Navernska's dead. So why are these incidents still happening? Don't tell me that you... It's not it at all. It's not me, but another vampire. Arcueid responds immediately, loosening the tension. But I'm not satisfied. What do you mean? The work of another vampire? So they just keep coming? Of course not. The serial killings were always the work of just one vampire from the very beginning. So no new vampires will come, and Navernska was unrelated to those incidents. Navernska was Unrelated? What do you mean? It's just like I said. You're normally pretty sharp, but you're lost on some points. Think back, Shiki. Nervensker was a vampire, but did he ever suck human blood? Suck blood? He ate humans and... Oh, I see. Why didn't I notice such a simple mistake? The victims of the serial killings are found with their bodies drained of blood. But Nervensker was different. He didn't leave any dead bodies behind. Not only did he drink the blood, but he also ate the meat, leaving no trace. To prove it, the people eaten by him at the hotel were treated as missing people, not killed people. So, that means it's something completely different. Wait. Then, what is the serial killing going on right now? Just who's doing it? That's a different vampire than Nervensker. To be more specific, that vampire's why I came here, and Nervensker came following me. It's that sort of correlation. So the one you're after wasn't Nervensker after all? Yes. I didn't ever say that was my initial target. I was his target, but he was never my target. My target is the one called the serial killer in this city. Shiki, I don't quite believe it, but don't tell me you made such a simple mistake. I gasp in shock, but it really is just as she says. She said her purpose was to kill vampires, so I just thought it was Nervensker she was after. So, what is it? Killing Nervensker that night was pointless? It wasn't pointless. You fought in my place. Well, if you didn't kill me, you probably wouldn't have had to do it in the first place. I feel a little dizzy. In other words, those vampire killings had nothing at all to do with Nervensker, and was the voice of another vampire? Shit, that was Shiki talking. And the voice of another vampire? Yeah, that's right. But that's my problem, so you don't have to worry about it. But more than that, hey. With an extremely happy smile, Arcueid looks up at me, as I still stand there in surprise. How was last night? Who came? Huh? What does she mean by last night? I don't understand what she's talking about. After all, I'm the idiot who mistook Arcueid's word and made such a stupid mistake, so of course, I don't understand what she's saying and... Huh? Did Arcueid ask me who came last night? Arcueid? What do you mean by last night? That's strange. I know I sent you a dream familiar. Wait, what's that dream familiar thing? It's like a familiar that lets you see a dream about what you desire the most. You're a male, so I sent you a succubus. Wasn't it a good dream? A good dream? That was... what? Ah! Now we're in a bit of a pickle. So it was my understanding that the H scenes had enough in the ways of warning so that I could just cut away and skip them. But if this fucking game is gonna flash back to them at any goddamn moment, I guess I just have to be more careful. If they say anything relatively suggestive, I'm just gonna cut away. So what I'm gonna do, I will continue reading, but we're gonna go full screen for a little bit on the camera, until I'm comfortable that they're not gonna engage in any shenanigans, let's say. Jesus Christ. Okay. I remember the realistic dream I had, and my face turns red. That was your doing! Arcueid grins even more. Crap. If I stayed quiet, this conversation would have been over. But since I reacted so strongly... Ah, so you did get it. So, who came? I know, it was your sister, right? What the fuck? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say something like that? That's so fucked up. Why would you say that? First of all, I guess the kind of person who would say that is the kind of person who would do something like this in the fucking first place. Fucking... Oh no. Oh boy. Not Akiha! What kind of guy do you think I am? I'm not crazy to do that to a sister. If it wasn't your sister, then was it the maids at the mansion? Arcueid looks up at me, full of amusement. She's acting like the Arcueid from last night's dream. It doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. I look away from her and refuse. But Arcueid keeps saying, come on, over and over. Come on, tell me! You could at least tell me who you dreamed about. She acts like a curious kid. Every time I turn away, she keeps jumping in front of me, saying, come on. This is pure cringe. He said torture, but I'm saying cringe, okay? She's as mischievous as last night's dream. I bury my face in my hands. Me too, buddy. Hey, Shiki, don't be quiet and tell me. Arcueid keeps looking at me with those upturned eyes. I can't. God. This is my limit. You. Why would you say that? Why wouldn't you just lie? Oh my god, this whole chapter is why would you say that? Why would you do that? The chapter. Oh no. Oh no. I hesitantly let out a quiet voice. What about me? Don't make me say it again. I'm saying it was you who came. I shout out angrily as I look away. Arcueid's eyes widen in surprise. Me? Yeah, it's not a joke. You came and... there's no way I can finish. I think we might be skipping this in a minute. Jesus fuck. Now Arcueid looks away from me, looking very uncomfortable. Neither of us know what to say. The uncomfortable silence continues. I can't bear the silence any longer and force out that cough. In the first place, why did you send me that dream familiar thing? Are you still angry at me for killing you? That's not it at all. I sent it as a thanks for defeating Nervensker. I really am grateful to you, so I thought you'd be extremely happy. Alright, I think maybe we're safe now. I can't think of a reason why you would flash back to it again. I think we're safe. As thanks? I'll pass on that kind of thanks. Having that kind of poor taste. Just what are vampires thinking? I slump my shoulders. I don't know what she's mad about, but she looks at me with a dissatisfied expression. What's all that about, you meanie? I know I'm not human. She turns away, then starts walking off. Hey, hold on. Where are you going? It has nothing to do with you. Don't follow me. Is she really that angry? Arcueid walks away without even turning around. Where does she plan on going, anyway? Maybe I did say too much. No matter what the results were or the methods used, she really thanked me with good intentions. I don't know, bro. I start to feel intense regret and think that maybe I should have just accepted her gift happily. Damn it. Why is it that I just can't leave Arcueid alone? Hey, I said wait! Surrounded by the night, Arcueid walks down the street. She looks straight ahead, her white figure with golden hair fluttering. It bears a horrible resemblance to the first time I saw her. No, or perhaps it's like the time she faced off with Nervensker. For some reason, I have a bad feeling about this. Hey, Arcueid! Arcueid continues to walk without turning around. I want to talk to you. You can at least tell me what you're going to do. Of course, Arcueid just continues walking without turning around. It'd be miserable if I left it like this. I decide to follow her silently for now. The footsteps echo in the night air, and then Arcueid suddenly stops and turns around. Don't follow me. Don't you understand it's troubling for a normal person like you to follow me around? So tell me what you're gonna do and I'll go back. It doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. Arcueid strides off once more. Crap. It seems like our wordless wandering is going to continue. When we approach the main street, Arcueid freezes. Found it. Huh? Her voice is cold, like a totally different person's. A chill runs up my spine. Even from behind, I can feel the hostility manifesting itself in her. Arcueid, what are you... I can't even finish. It's clear what she intends to do without saying anything. Without a doubt, there's nothing but the pure, unadulterated intent to kill. Hey, what are you thinking? Arcueid doesn't answer. Her eyes are fixed solely on a man in a business suit walking by. Shiki, take off your glasses and look at that person. That person? You mean the businessman? Hurry. If you want to know what I'm doing, then leave the questions for later. All right. I don't like to do it when I'm in town, but... I take off my glasses. Ah! Instantly, a light headache springs forth. In exchange for the pain, I can see lines running across the walls and the ground. Another question, Shiki. You only see points on living things, right? Yeah. That seems to be true. Things like buildings only have lines. I saw them back during my time at the hotel, but at the cost of a headache that almost caused me to pass out. Right. Since you're a living being, you can't comprehend the death of inanimate objects. So in order to see the death of inanimate objects, you must first connect to a circuit of the same orientation as them. To see, you have to comprehend them first. Then another question. Shiki, how does that person look to you? It's just the same as... Without thinking, I step backwards. What is that? Certainly all humans have lines on them. But only they have countable amounts that they also look like geometric patterns. But what is that? There are lines running all through him. But those lines are all over him like blood vessels. It's so much that I can't even make out his appearance. I want to puke. Those black lines. Scribbles making a human shape. Everywhere throughout it, I can see black points that look like they're flowing blood. Shiki, how does it look? I was hoping they would look normal to you. I can't answer. Right now it takes all my strength not to vomit. I see. How unfortunate that you can even see the death on that thing. Yeah, it's not normal, but I can still see the lines. I knew it. You can even kill the dead. The fact that they don't have any life has no meaning for you. Something that moves, something that breaks. You can stop it completely without exception. You're more of a monster, Shiki. As you saw, you can't call that thing human anymore. It's a vampire that deceives death by sucking the blood of other people. Arcueid quickens her steps. She walks straight toward the man. Hey, Arcueid! Stay there, Shiki. Did that young man realize Arcueid was there? He starts running towards a back alley. Arcueid strides silently. Underneath the moonlight, she disappears into the alley. Thump. The sound of my heartbeat is awfully close. It's not even real late at night. Even though I'm in the midst of a bustling shopping district, I can't sense anyone besides myself. Thump. My glasses. I have to put on my glasses. If I don't do that, I'll see terrible things. I'll see something so terrible that everything I've seen so far would be nothing in comparison to it. Thump. But my body won't move. My eyes that can see this patchwork world looks toward the alley in fascination. Suddenly, sounds vanish. And the presence of other people, the sound of the wind, and the smell of the dirt, all of it freezes. Under the frozen moon, a bizarre noise sounds from the other side of the wall. Go! No way I can see it. I can't hear anything. A sickening sound. But I can see it. My eyes definitely see the sound of death and death crashing. My vision turns crimson. Why do my eyes see death? Something that shouldn't be able to be seen. My glasses. I have to put on my glasses or I'll go insane. I hold back the rising gorge in my throat and use my shaking hand to put on my glasses. Sound and light return. Now that I'm calm, I glance around and see nothing out of the ordinary in the shopping district. The bustling of many people passing by, the brightness of a store's decorated show window, and the sound of rushing car engines. I'm panting excessively. I can hardly breathe. Even though I put my glasses back on, I can still feel a lingering remnant of that death, and it makes me sick. Arcueid! Arcueid walks out of the alley with faltering steps, breathing even harder than I am. Shiki, I see you are still here. Shoulders heaving up and down, she passes by me. Her body sways back and forth, and she walks weakly as if she was sick. To be honest, I still feel nauseous, but seeing Arcueid in pain makes me bear it. Wait, what in the world? I'm fine, just a little tired, so don't worry. It really doesn't concern you, Shiki. Idiot, if you're tired, then rest. With such a pale face, you can't be fine. Even as I breathe shallowly but for air, I grabbed Arcueid's arm. Hey now. You say that, but you look like you'll collapse too. It's just my anemia. If you have time to worry about me, worry about your health. It's fine. There's no point in worrying about it anyway. Her breathing is really weak. Don't tell me. That wound from that time? It hasn't healed? But I can't bring myself to finish. It's because she got it saving me. She doesn't answer and looks down. That's an affirmation rather than disagreement. What are you doing in that condition? You have to take it easy until you're fully healed. I do think I'm taking it easy. No, you're not. Even if you're at a level beyond humans, what in the world are you doing earlier? What in the world were you doing earlier in your condition? I just can't leave her be. I knew it. I just can't leave this person who's always getting into trouble alone. Don't be silent and answer me until you tell me I won't go away. I grasp both of her shoulders. Still looking down, she gives a slight nod. Jeez, you really are persistent. Fine, let's go somewhere else to talk. Releasing herself, she waveringly starts to walk away. We come to the park. As if walking restored her strength, her face looks as cheerful as always. Well, as you wish, Shiki. I'll talk about whatever you want. I don't know where her previous weakness went, but she looks really haughty all of a sudden. Then I'll ask, what was just that what was that guy earlier? You said he was a vampire. Was he what you were after? No, he's certainly part of my target, but putting the dead back into the grave isn't my goal. I only got him because he was a minion of my enemy. If I left him alone, he would kill more people to increase his power. Arcueid, could you explain it so I can understand? I don't even know if that guy was human or not. Oh. I guess I never really did explain to you in detail about vampires. Nervensker was sort of an aberration amongst the vampire race, so I didn't really need to explain it at the time. What is a normal vampire, then? What I mean is what you all think of vampires. Immortal, never aging, sucking human blood, turning that human into a vampire, being destroyed by sunlight, all that. My enemy is that old type of vampire. So you mean this enemy of yours is the one behind all the recent serial killings? Didn't we establish this already? I suppose. But the killing of all those people by sucking their blood might be the work of the dead, like the one you saw earlier. Shiki, you remember how Nervensker's body was made of all those familiars, right? Yeah, it's not exactly something I can easily forget. The dead are like that. When humans have their bodies sucked by a vampire, they can also receive some of the vampire's blood. They die, but remain in this world as a servant of the vampire. They are called the dead, and they're like the vampire's familiars. Maybe it's easy to understand if I use the word zombie. It's closer to the voodoo belief in Haiti, where the white serpent god Dambala is invoked to control a dead body. But let's just say a dead body that moves is a zombie, okay? Yeah, I can visualize it better that way. I get it. So that man was killed by a vampire. He uses him as a zombie. Yes, Arcueid nods happily. I'm still confused, though. Why would a vampire do that? Killing people, not letting them die but controlling them. What bad taste. You're right. I suppose vampires do have bad taste. But that's something only the dead apostles do. Those that were always vampires from the very beginning do not do such things. Always vampires from the very beginning. I remember. You said there's two types of vampires. Those who were vampires originally, and those who were humans. When I heard that before, it kind of stuck in my head. I thought it was a little odd. So what exactly do you mean by those who weren't originally vampires? Simple. I'm just saying the dead apostles used to be humans. They either gained immortality through magic, or became servants of the true ancestors that sucked their blood. Shiki, you said it was bad taste to use killed humans, but that's just the least of it. There are other vampires who think up worse games. A game? What is that? You guys kill for fun and use their dead bodies as toys? I won't deny that. For vampires, amusement is the same as breathing. For those who were once human but gained imperfect immortality, their greatest enemy is boredom. They didn't have a reason to become immortal to start with, so once they gained immortality, they lost all kinds of greed. Their goal was immortality itself, but I guess that's just the way things are. They're bored, so they want to play? Don't be ridiculous. Isn't it enough that they won't age or die? Do they really need anything else? That's what I said. They got everything they wanted. After that, there's no meaning to existence. As soon as someone realizes they have no value, that their life is stopped, then their meaning of existence disappears too. Immortality is another word for death. So they started to wear down, and started to create their own amusement, as if to tell themselves they could have fun as long as they lived. That's their beginning. They copy humans and see themselves in a game as lords in a castle, expanding their territory. I guess you could call it a country of the dead. It seems they got more enjoyment out of that than they expected. She speaks as if she was talking of other people. Arcueid should be one of those, but she certainly doesn't seem like she has that sort of hobby. Well, we'll change the topic, but the dead apostles were originally human. There are a few cases where they became vampires through their own magical research, but the majority of them were humans that had their blood sucked. They are immortal, but they can't last forever. They can only be immortal if they drink the blood of others. Didn't I say their immortality was perfect? If they can't feed on humans, then their immortality is gone. Wait a minute. Isn't that odd? In order to become immortal, they drink the blood of humans, but doesn't that mean new dead apostles will be born every time they do that? That's true, but things get complex from here. The people who have their blood sucked die, but at the time, if the dead apostles place a little of their blood inside the corpse, the body cannot die. Those bodies that were unable to die stay a number of years in the grave, and when their brain decays and the soul is fixated to the body, they become a flesh-eating corpse, or ghoul. Only one of every 100 people have this potential, so not everyone gets to stay. Well, there are those that have a natural ability to step up this progress and become a vampire immediately, but this is so rare that it's out of the question. So, the dead bodies that become ghouls eat the flesh of other corpses in order to sustain their decayed body parts. After restoring their bodies fully, they can become zombies, members of the class of living corpses, the living dead. So, these living dead, is that the dead from before? Not at all. The dead are just puppets. The living dead are much weaker than the dead, but they are members of a vampire race with a will of their own. Okay, this has gotten more complicated. They are on a different level than those manipulated dead. And after many years, a living dead is able to restore its intelligence. Once a living dead is able to restore its intelligence, it becomes a vampire. There's probably only about 1 of every 10,000 that have this ability. As I said before, but the more potential you have, the higher success rate to stay. We call the dead apostles the ones that make all these kinds of vampires. Okay. So, the true ancestors bite humans, and then the ones that are bit by true ancestors, or the ones that just do magical research, become dead apostles, and then they bite people all the time, and then they either die, become ghouls, zombies, the living dead, or the dead. And it depends on how much potential the dead person has. Okay. This is a little confusing, but she did give us a heads up. That's still odd. If this game goes on, then won't the world be overflowing with vampires eventually? Not necessarily. The dead apostles usually get killed by the new vampires they created. Didn't I say it before? They act like humans. For their own enjoyment, they place their own blood inside the humans they preyed upon. 1 out of 10,000 of these corpses become vampires and eventually kill their parent vampires, becoming a new dead apostle themselves. Oh, okay. Like knights becoming lords through the strength of arms and killing the king, they can only survive by playing those sorts of games. Yeah, I don't really understand why, but I guess that stops them from dying of boredom. The whims of an existence close to the whims of an existence close to a devil, I suppose. Even if they are immortal, they can't hold on to the meaning of their existence. It is an empty immortality. Arcueid remarks on how silly it is as she slumps her shoulders. I see. Then, that dead that you killed earlier, that was something like a soldier of the dead apostles. Not so much a soldier as a puppet. The dead apostles control the dead bodies by skipping the process of becoming a vampire. The dead are completely connected to their parent vampire. In order for them to survive, they attack others to eat their flesh, but more than half of that energy goes to their master. Like a queen bee nourished by the worker bees, the dead apostles can use the dead to increase their power while they sleep. My enemy can't be found easily because he's using a lot of the dead. He only dirties his hands once. After that, he simply controls the dead while he sleeps and expands his territory. They say many bodies are found in the recent supposed serial killings, but those are actually just failures. To tell the truth, there are over 100 victims in this city, but only a small amount, though the ones discovered are the victims in the news. Over 100? There are that many that have had their blood sucked? All those people. And all those people suck the blood of others to make them into monsters like themselves. Like that wandering, lifeless thing earlier. That's ridiculous. 3 days ago, I remember how all those people in the hotel were killed for no reason. I was there, but I didn't see it, so I can only visualize and can't really tell what kind of violence it was. It's still the same. I can't fathom the existence of vampires that suck human blood, just to increase their own territory. Just, without reason, without even recognition. If someone close to me died like that, how would I act? I don't want to imagine it, but for a brief instant, I imagine Akiha being drained of blood and discarded like trash. What makes me mad is that the worst-case scenario could happen at any minute in this town, and I didn't even have a clue about it before. I knew you would be angry, Shiki. I didn't want to talk about it, because for the prey, for you guys, this is an inexcusable evil. For people like you, the actions of the vampires are inexcusable. That's right. It's just all so ridiculous. Even if it's people I don't know about, they have their past, and even the dreams they hoped for. Even I don't want to be killed just for the fun of it. It's just too regretful. It's too meaningless. It's just all so regretful, isn't it? That's right. All those people were killed by Nervensker in the midst of fear and chaos. Weren't their last thoughts full of regretful sadness? That night at the park, that girl who was killed by Nervensker when she passed by the park by sheer coincidence, she didn't even realize when she died. That meaninglessness, the abruptness of its ending. A death no one else even knows about. When it happened, I was broken apart by the complete irrationality of it all. My fear of Nervensker disappeared, and more than anything else, I hated him. I can't accept it. No matter what the reason, I can't accept it. I grit my teeth. Shiki, there is no reason. For them, it's just a game. That's why it's ridiculous. It's just a game to you all? Nervensker and this other guy? What do they think human life is? They come up with such games because they think it's nothing. Even I can't understand how they think, nor do I intend to. But, if you ask who's at fault here, it's the weaker one, right? In the end, those that are killed are at fault. It's all the will of nature that those who are unable to protect themselves are killed. What? But Shiki, if you talk about it that way, your human species really is strong. The ability to make up for their weakness as a species with other things, that makes them strongest in a way. That makes them the strongest in a way. Probably, the only ones that can kill the greatest creature called the world are you humans. But even though they are strong as a species, they are weak as individuals. They can't live without sacrificing the lives of those not of their race, which is the ultimate evil, is it not? It doesn't matter if they're able to if they have intelligence or not. For you guys, everything is fair game for food, is it not? So, the ones doing the killings are always right. If there is a sin, then it is you guys for not being able to protect yourselves under that rule. That's just the argument of the strong. Humans aren't as strong like you all. Because we can't protect ourselves fully. That's why we have to live together, to help each other. I don't know what to do if somebody like you came in and... That's true. That's your defense mechanism. Since you can't protect yourself when those kinds of species enter your group, you guys make rules to ensure they're unable to enter. Yes, it's just like you say, Shiki. So usually, this town's case doesn't happen. You may not know it, but your human race is really strong. You have erected a defense mechanism against those races which far exceed yours. If it was functioning properly, this city would not have had a vampire in these last 8 years. Defense mechanism? Yes. The reason vampires hide the bodies of their victims and stay out of sight isn't because they don't want to be known to humans. To protect their own lives, they conceal their identity and expand their territory. They don't want it to be known that vampires exist at all. If they moved freely about, the defense mechanism would arrive. Well, they probably haven't arrived even though that modern-day vampire news is going on because of this. They probably haven't arrived even though that... Oh, they is in the defense mechanism. Probably hasn't arrived even though that modern-day vampire news is going on because this is an atheist country. Her word choice is too unique, and I can't really grasp what she's saying. But you can relax, Shiki. Even if their avowed crimes are not in this country, I'm right here now. Didn't I say earlier my purpose was to execute vampires? I don't know where that heavy atmosphere went because Arcueid is instantly becomes cheerful. Yeah, I remember. But you're a vampire too, right? Why do you side with us humans? I'm not really siding with you humans, but I'm doing it because I don't have anything else to do. She doesn't have anything else to do. I still don't understand her. Well, doing that does bring the dead apostles after me. But you beat Nervensker who was pursuing me, didn't you, Shiki? So now I can go back to the original plan and defeat my enemy. You can go back to living your normal life now, and you don't have to associate with me anymore. She smiles as if she's happy about something. Yeah. That makes me happy, but... But are you okay by yourself? Those words float back into my head. There's something wrong with me. Feeling guilty about letting her face the danger by herself. There really has to be something wrong with me. Shiki? Why are you making that troubled face again? Because I'm troubled. This is something that involves the city I live in. I said you shouldn't worry. In 2 or 3 days, it'll all be over, and there won't be any more victims. Yeah, honestly, I don't want to be involved. But saying that line, shouldn't I, the one who actually lives in this city, say that line instead of Arcueid? Arcueid, can I ask a question? This enemy you speak of, is he strong? Well, he should be as many times superior to the dead earlier. I haven't met him this time, but he has been latent for 8 years, so maybe he's a class 5 by now. You're saying he's stronger than the dead before? Looking like she was in so much pain just from fighting just him. Isn't she taking him a little lightly? Class 5. I don't get it. But does that mean he's stronger than Nervensker? Not a chance. Nervensker was special. He was a pure supreme vampire, that would be difficult to defeat even with my full power. Compared to him, this enemy's pretty weak. Oh. Then there's no way you'll be defeated. I breathe out in relief. Who knows? A few days earlier, and he wouldn't be a problem. But now I'm just recovering. The possibility that he has more power is actually high. Recovering? Are you sick or something, Arcueid? Yeah. I still have the effects from when you killed me, and I don't think I'll be fine for at least a few more days. Ugh. That's right. The reason why Arcueid is weak isn't anyone's fault but mine. Arcueid lightly touches her side. It seems the wounds don't heal like usual. I could manage the outside, but I can't seem to heal the inside. That wound as well. The one she received to save me. Ugh. I'm at a loss for words. It's completely my fault that she's in that position. So why? Why doesn't she hold it against me? Why doesn't she give that innocent smile? You need to stop. Until you heal up, you should just rest. If you take a day or two off, things won't be that bad, so... That's no good. Thanks to Nervancer's coming, the enemy knows I'm here. If I rest, that's like telling him I'm weakened. So you're saying you're gonna keep going on like this? Yes. Since I don't know where the enemy's lair is, I have to keep destroying his blood supply. If I cut that off, it'll force him to come out. Arcueid. What if that's tomorrow? Wouldn't you be killed instead? Then... I want to tell her to stop, but I halt mid-sentence. Like Arcueid says, if the enemy sees that weakness, Arcueid might be killed. More than anything else, I learned from the past 4 days. Arcueid isn't someone to stop halfway once she's decided to do something, no matter how much it hurts. Damn. Arcueid won't stop. If I leave her alone, she probably won't even be able to talk like this anymore. It makes me mad. But she's not even afraid of her own death. Is that so? Why does she smile like that? If she doesn't smile like that, if she acted more like a real vampire, I wouldn't have to feel like this. What's wrong, Shiki? Your body's shaking. Do you need to go to the bathroom? Why are you so relaxed? Damn it. I don't want to lose her. I don't know what this feeling is, but these past 4 days are not something I can just forget about. So, to part here, with the possibility she may die tomorrow, the regret would be completely, utterly, unbearably difficult. Give me a break. My eyes are already broken, but my heart's gonna break as well. Arcueid is a vampire, and I don't want to be involved in something like that again. I remember the fight with Nervancer. Just thinking about it sends chills down my spine. The fear of being one step away from death still remains. This is the same. Definitely. The opponent this time isn't normal. There's really no need for me to be involved. Since Arcueid is saying she'll handle it, I can rely on her. But even knowing all that, I can't just leave her alone. Damn. The hell is wrong with me? I kick the ground. I'm angry at myself for not accepting any reasoning or excuses. What? What's wrong, Shiki? Getting so angry like that all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm just angry at my stupidity. Why I want to say this after all that's happened to me. I feel more mad now that I actually say it. Being this stupid. I know if I could see myself in a mirror, I'd break it to pieces. Hey, really, what's wrong, Shiki? You're not acting normal. Yeah, I'm not. If I was acting normal, I wouldn't say this. I spit. I really don't want to admit it, but it's already a done deal, because my mouth has already confirmed it for me. Oh, I just can't understand it, Shiki. What is it? You keep saying you're going to say something, but what is it? Stupid, isn't it obvious? Until your body heals, I'll help you. That's what the stupid fool, Tohno Shiki, wants to say. Arcueid looks at me in total surprise. As for me, finally saying it kind of calms me down. Shiki, is that for real? I groan. I didn't hear it. Please, can you say it again? I groan more. No matter how much I regret it, it's done. The instant I form my feelings into words, I can't lie to myself any longer. Hurry. I want to hear those words again. Arcueid speaks softly. Looking off in the distance, I try to sound reluctant. I guess it can't be helped. It's my fault that you're weakened now, and I can't leave the monster roaming to the streets. And I can't leave the monster roaming the streets alone either. I can't rely on you for taking care of it by yourself. So if you let me, I want to help you. That's what I said. Shiki! Arcueid's eyes are suddenly alight. She grabs my hand happily and shakes it up and down. Well, I may not be that helpful, but it has to be better than nothing. Yeah. If you're helping me, there's nothing to be afraid of. She keeps shaking my hand up and down. How do I say this? She really does seem happy. But what do we do now? Do you want me to search for more of the dead like before? Yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. The one before was the 12th, so I don't think there's any more. The parent vampire will have to come out once they're all destroyed, so we have to hunt the remaining ones for now. Is that okay? She asks. Anything is fine. I'm just with you. If you lead, then I'll follow. Well, shall we start again? No, that's good for tonight. They usually follow a fixed route, and the other dead will probably not be out tonight. They're fewer in number, so I don't think he'll let them all come out at once. Oh, really? But doesn't that mean this enemy will try to hide the dead from you, doesn't that mean the enemy will try to hide the dead from you, Arcueid? Basically. But since this enemy is a vampire, he needs to steal the blood and energy of others. So even though he knows I'm searching for them, he has to send the dead out to get the animal blood he needs. Then the minimal... Then the minimal dead he sent out was that man before, huh? So searching further tonight will be useless, I think. Well, I don't mind. But it's tedious, though. Mate, that was Shiki. I don't mind, but it is tedious, though. Yeah, hunting vampires is tedious work. We have to find the coffin of this enemy somewhere in the city, so it won't be easy. Arcueid lets go of my hand and jumps back softly. Arcueid! Let's say goodbye for tonight. We'll meet tomorrow. With her dance-like steps, she watches me as she gets farther away. Tomorrow? Wait, where should we meet? Here's fine. The time? Yeah, around 10 o'clock should be fine. With a smile, she makes that promise. Good night, Shiki. I'll see you here tomorrow. And, waving her hand, Arcueid disappears. I get back to the mansion. As it is very late, the mansion is completely dark. This can't be good. I put my hand on the mansion gate. Ka-chang. The sturdy gates hold as it's closed. Dang. I shouldn't cut this. I think a bit. Then I decide to climb over the gate. I'm exhausted. After sneaking over the wall like a thief, I quietly make my way to the doorway. The gate was locked, but the door isn't. It must have been Hisui. I give a sigh of thanks. So as not to wake Akiha, Kohaku-san, or Hisui, I sneak my way through the mansion. Phew. Letting out a breath, I lay down on my bed. My promise to Arcueid. Maybe it's fate, but you've gotten yourself tangled up in trouble again, Tohno-shiki. Could I help it? I just can't leave her alone. Or maybe I didn't want to leave her alone. Well, I do think she's pretty. I don't understand my feelings right now. Right now, I'm not too sure what is right and what is wrong. At any rate, it looks like I'll be helping Arcueid once again, tomorrow. So for now, I shouldn't think of anything else but getting a good night's sleep. Okay. Oh, fuck, my camera's frozen. God damn it. It always happens in, like, the weirdest faces, too. I hate that it does that. Okay. Alright. So, we're gonna stop here for now. Thoughts so far? Boy, oh boy. So I'm a little bit familiar with Fate's Day Night, and from what I understand, the 8 scenes in that, at least in the latest version of it, are optional and self-contained. Really doesn't seem like that's the case in Tsukihime. It seems like these characters have sex and do sex stuff, and it's like part of the story and part of, I almost want to say like part of their character. So like there's no getting around the more adult themes of this story, both in the gore and in the sexual stuff. Generally speaking, I am a little uncomfortable reading stuff like that, and I'm certainly not going to read out anything explicit, okay? Especially on this platform, which is not allowed on. So in the future, I'm probably going to have to be a little bit more careful with this stream relative to how this game seems to handle its sexual elements. I think that for the most part, like, the words are fine, as long as they're not like overly explicit. But like obviously the images are going to be a problem, and I knew that going in. Other than that, though, the story's really good. The Nervensker fight was pretty cool. My only issue with the action in this is that it's very, like, and this is partly indicative of it being a visual novel, but everybody just one-shots each other. Like, Nervensker is so strong that, like, he can just send a tiger at you and just eat you in one hole. Arcueid is so strong that she can just smack things and they just disintegrate into dust. Shiki's special ability is that he literally can cut a point on your body and insta-kill you. All the fights are just, like, very Iaido-esque, where you just, like, they clash and somebody dies. There's not much in the ways of strategy, like, beyond that point. It's like, set up this insta-kill and then do it, and either it works or it doesn't. So there's somewhat of a limitation. And, like, obviously there's a limitation to what they can show action-wise because it's a visual novel. And it's an old one. But, you know, like, it is what it is. yeah, so far it's good. I'm glad that there was at least a little bit of interaction between Arcueid and the mansion characters. I was starting to think that I think I'm on like the Arcueid route. I don't know if that's how this works. But it seems like those characters aren't going to matter as much in this run. So I'm happy that they at least showed up. So that's cool. Although there was a weird little thing going on with Hisui in that one scene. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Yeah. So anyway, so the next stream is going to be Wednesday, but oh boy, I said 8 hours, didn't I? Jesus. Okay. The thing about Wednesday is that we will not be streaming Tsukihime. That will have to come at a later date. And I will announce that on Wednesday. But Wednesday is October 20th. And October 20th is Shiro Emiya Day on Twitter. So that's the day when everybody who gives enough of a shit changes their profile pictures to Shiro Emiya. Like, or more specifically, like a specific picture of Shiro from Face Day Night. So, as such, to celebrate Shiro Day, I will actually be switching over to Face Day Night Rialto Nua, and I plan to do 8 hours because I have the whole day off and I don't have work early the next day. So that'll be interesting. It'll be a nice change of pace, and it'll be a visual novel that more people recognize. So that's cool. And it's also one where I can just fucking turn the H scenes off with a switch. So that's also cool. So I don't have to worry about any of this goddamn fucking oh shit the screen bullshit.